Good afternoon from the State Farm Center on the campus of the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana. This is the IHSA Boys 2A Semifinal number 2 and QND Raider basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com. Hi, I'm Jeff Wellman and welcome to the hardwood for the Fighting Illini. It's the Lou Henson Court right in front of us here at the State Farm Center at the original March Madness in Illinois, and it went back to the Huff Gymnasium before that, but this was one of the places, Assembly Hall, for some of the great games, and Quincy High has a big history here. Notre Dame's had some history too, but they've only been here 4 times to get trophies in the top 4. This will be the 5th time and maybe a chance to get a 1st or 2nd place out of it. Never done before. We've got 2/3 and 2/4, and I should reverse that. The 2/4 came first. Boy, that's a tough one to say. And then we had the 2 third-place finishes as well, with some other great super sectionals and quarterfinals as well. 2 guys that never made it over here to play, myself and, of course, Coach Pettit. And, Coach, great place to be courtside, and no better place to be for March Madness.
It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, I've been talking about this all week with the possibility of maybe, calling a state championship game, to something off your bucket list that you check off, and enjoy the ride as it goes.
Indeed. This is the Mecha pregame show, and it's brought to you by the Mecha Mobile Studio. And that's right here at Assembly Hall. Brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. That's sleeptightmidwest.com. When we return, more of the pregame show. Next up, we'll have our coaches' comments brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group. You'll hear from Coach Almix, and then we got a lot more in the pregame show. It's the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders here at the state tournament semifinal, taking on Chicago Farragut Admirals right here, MechaSportsCo.com.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co. You can find us at mechasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@mechasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/mechasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecha Sports Co.
And welcome back to the pregame show. Time for the coaches' comments, brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. With me, the head coach of the QND Raiders, Greg Almix. And hey, here we are. You guys were here during the State Farm on your day off. Now we're here for real. How's the feeling for you and also for the kids right now?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. We went ahead, came up yesterday, just so we were up here. We weren't rushing. I didn't want to travel on the day we played, so they've had a good time up here so far. And had a good practice last night and then a good walkthrough today, so I feel the boys are ready.
Where'd you get to practice at?
We're at Jefferson Middle School last night, and then we're at Edison Middle School, their new gym, this morning.
Awesome. And, of course, I love coming up a day early, especially after that Plains car incident and bus incident. It's like, get there, so at least we're there. So, all right, the guys have had a great season, and I know they're running right the rest of the last chapter of this thing. What do you really tell the guys? I mean, we're already at this point of the year. They've shown what they can do all season long. I mean, I can ask questions, we can talk, but it really comes down to throwing the ball up and getting after it.
That's right, because, I mean, this time of year, we're not coming in changing things. We're looking at Farragut. We have an idea, hopefully a good idea of what we want to do against them. But it's pretty much, you're going to see a lot of the same things today. We're going to press, at least at times, and we want to get up and down the court and you know, you don't change what you've done all season just because you get to state. So, you know, hopefully a lot of the same, and we do it pretty well.
All right, there's no Kevin Garnett on this team, but they do have a Kelly that's averaging about 25 points a game. Have you watched him and really seen what Farragut has?
Yeah, I mean, he's a nice guard for him, and, you know, we're going to have our hands full contain him. We got a couple different things that we're going to try to slow him down because, you know, it feels, you know, when a guy takes 120 or 30 more shots than the rest of the team, you can't just say, well, let him get his and we'll stop everybody else. You got to slow him down. You let him get his, he could put up 50.
Indeed here. Well, hey, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game, and as Ray Wheeler would say, here we go, Raiders.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jeff.
All right, that's Greg Almix, head coach of the QND Raiders, as that's coach's comments brought to you by the QND Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back. When we return, the QND Raiders and the Farragut Admirals right here at the state tournament semifinal, and it's here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
QND Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QND Honda.
And QND Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QND Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QND makes it easy.
And welcome back to the Mecca Sports Co. pregame show. Wellman and Pettit. Well, Coach, you heard what Coach Almix had to say. What do you like? And, of course, what are you going to say at this time of year? We're already here. We're 31-1. One hiccup. And, anyway, guys, there you go. Throw the ball up and let's go get them.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things to where I think we have, you know, kids, multiple kids that we can put on, you know, Kelly to slow him down. You know, if we make it a hard 24, you know, or hard 23 points he gets, we'll end up winning this game.
Indeed. Hey, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we got a special guest, Ron Kinshirf, who is, of course, in media. He is coached as well. He joined us for about 7 minutes here, so we got his interview right after the break, right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
The pregame time for another coach's comments, brought to you by the QND Auto Group. This time we have a coach, but we also have a legend. It was our first Hall of Famer in the IBCA, and he was from broadcasting, Ron Kinshirf. And Ron, you spent a lot of years covering a lot of basketball, and you'd come over and cover all the state tournament games every weekend.
Yeah, we used to do Class A, start from finish. It started at the regional from our area, and then go to the sectional super, and then we come over here and do all 8 games back when the Elite 8 used to be played here. And it was a blast. Yeah, I don't know how many years we did it, but we did it quite a few years, and some years we did AA. I did AA too, so got to see a lot of good basketball.
And that was the team. Our teams weren't necessarily in it either. A lot of times we had somebody from our area, but you were doing the whole state tournament.
Yeah, it was hard because a lot of times you're learning 8 different teams and on the fly, and but yeah, it was a challenge, and it made me better at my craft, and brought a lot of basketball to the area.
Speaking of those years, and of course I started working color with you way back at Culver Stockton, and you had a lot of different color guys, and for the Raiders, you spent time with George Schultz and also Lee Conover. Tell me a little about those years and other color guys you might have had.
Yeah, I did. I had George and Lee, and also Andy Leeson did it for a little while, and Brad Hoyt, who obviously is the coach at QU now. I taught him everything he knows about the game of basketball, although he hasn't mentioned that in public yet, but I'm sure he will at some point. Sean Seacrease at the end was my partner, but I learned a lot of basketball from the guys that I worked with, particularly George Schultz. I mean, he was just, the stories he had were incredible about the days he was down in Orlando or working with North Stewart over at Mizzou, and he knew the game. Like I remember him writing notes and giving it to the guy doing film for Notre Dame, he'd run it down at halftime, stuff like that. So yeah, it was just getting out of the way and let those guys talk.
George will be listening as he's been sending me messages. Him and Bernbrock shoot me messages throughout the games.
Yeah.
Last game, in the pregame, he started calling me. And I thought about it afterwards. I should have picked the phone up and asked what you need, George, and find out what he needed out there.
It's probably a pickleball partner.
Can't do it that night there, too. So, all right, now let's transfer to the future. You got a chance to start coaching a long time ago, actually, with Notre Dame. But you're back here on the squad as well. Isn't that kind of cool to be on the floor? I mean, I know you love the radio days, but it is cool to be coaching kids.
Yeah, it is. And it was an interesting transformation from doing the broadcasting. And when I was broadcasting, I helped coach a little bit too, so when I gave up the broadcasting, Coach Douglas asked me to be full-time on the staff, and it's just been a blast. I enjoy working with the kids, and now I'm the elder statesman on the coaching staff. They always tease me about bringing up the old days. When I played, it was black and white and no three-point shot and all that type of stuff. But yeah, if I can give you a tidbit now and then and different perspective than some of the younger guys, it's kind of what my role is right now.
And the history is important because so many times, as this group's finding out, they're talking about Gavin Dolman's grandpa, Don Schutte.
Yeah.
That takes us back to those great groups and Sparrow and all those guys. Of course, I got a lot of talk about that tonight. And so that history and that Raider pride, and as I told Greg Almix there, as I said, here we go Raiders, I had to mention Ray Wheeler because he's the one that's always shouting it out.
What I tell the younger guys too, freshmen and sophomores is, I go, you got to stay with it because there will be a day when you run through the tunnel at Notre Dame and the band's playing, and there's no feeling other than that, with the goosebumps and all that type of stuff. And then, postseason, you warn them it's a one game. Everything's one game, and I've seen some really weird stuff happen over the 35 years. Yeah, you have too that just strange things happen, and you don't know if it's a referee's call or you just go cold one night. And the one thing these guys have bought into, it's defense will carry you through, and they've been pretty solid defensively throughout the course of the postseason, and
that's what I was going to mention there. Yeah. What do you like about this team? I mean, defense is definitely key, but that's a good group of kids.
Well, they bought in early on, and if you've got a couple of guys here that weren't the strongest defensively, but beginning of last year, like Bo F-Tank, he really listened to what Coach Almix had to say. Not only has he picked up his defensive end, but he drives now. He's just not a shooter. But we've got we got Division I athletes. Gavin's going to play football. Bo's a golfer, but he's an incredible athlete for a golfer. And then TJ's only a sophomore, but then you got Jace. It's always nice to have that guy in your back pocket. But the younger guys on the bench have really stepped up and brought some athleticism too. So. And again, what you said, they're just a good group of guys, and it's fun to see after the regional games, and also as the season wore out the pit when the crowds are getting larger, they're going over to the kids section. And I'm sure you saw that, to the grade school kids, and thanking them for being there. So that's cool because now kids want to be Raiders. And I talked to my grandkids today. It was Raider Day at St. Peter's and all the grade schools, so they got to wear their Raider gear, and they're all excited about watching the game tonight. So, to me, that's what it's all about. So, but bottom line is, we win, we lose, we're at the Final Four as a state champion. It's been a great season, 31-1, and the kids have worked really, really hard, and it's kind of nice to see the fruits of their labors pay off.
And I tell you what, there's a lot of memories there that they'll be able to share from here for the next 10, 20, 30 years.
They tease me about that because we went to Illini West. I said before they go, guys, there's a lot of people here you can send home not happy. And these are games you're going to remember. And I said the same thing with West Hancock. And now every time we go somewhere, Coach, are these games you're going to remember? It's like, yes, boys, yes.
And speaking of that, we mentioned his radio days. We mentioned his coaching days. Yeah. Before that, you were a player. You had a good shot, man. I remember you back in there, class 80, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1980.
And so, good shot out there. And what do you remember from those days?
Not a lot, to be honest with you. It's funny when I tell these guys. It's funny because they're all the films online with the internet, and I remember watching game tape maybe twice, and it was all VHS and black and white. And you could barely read it or see it, so all our scouting reports were, coach calling around and getting type of stuff. You barely got the information. It's and we did have a three-point shot. The game has changed.
Basket. No, we got rid of that.
But I tell the guys I played it was black and white, and I have some. It's just a much different game. It's more athletic than when we played. I think you'll agree with that. And it's just my memories are mostly about the friendships and stuff like that you establish, and that's what these guys are hopefully going to remember too. It's the bus rides. It's after games and stuff like that. So
Yep.
And the hotels for these lunatics.
Raider pride. You've had a few bus drives where you've been the bus driver too, although that's a college story there and a nice story with Rod Walton. So
yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
You got it. Well, hey, thank you for joining us out here, and good luck today with the Raiders.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff.
You got it. That's Ron Kincher, radio coach, player. He had it all here, and he joined us here for the coach's comments, brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back. When we return, more of the pregame. It's the QND Raiders at the state tournament right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Kunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Kunis Honda.
And Kunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Kunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Kunis makes it easy.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argobright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argobright Electric. Home rewiring? Argobright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argobright Electric. 224-5557.
And back at WIU, no, we're back at University of Illinois. And we did not make a WIU trip this year. Our trip went through Carbondale as the Raiders beat Benton down there 55-36 on Monday. On the other side, the Admirals beat Chicago Crane Medical 49-47 and a 2-point game in that one as well. And now we come out where the Raiders 31-1. Farragut is 13-14. And Coach, you look at this, I tell you, our fifth trip actually to get a title. In the 4 years, or the 4 different times we've been here, you got to go back to 1956-57. Gene Rundy was the coach. They went 30-4. Best record we've ever had going through a single class, 4th place. Phil Conover in 73-74 with a team that started less than 500 in the postseason. They ended up 17-15, 4th place. So we had those 2 first ones that had 4th place. We're going to talk about the 3rd place finishes later today or tomorrow on Saturday for our next ball game. But you look back to those games too, that 30-4 was pretty impressive back then. They beat Springfield, Evanston on the way, lost to Heron 68-47, but Heron went on to win it all and then came back against Ottawa and lost in overtime 65-64. Guys from that team, Roger Trimpe averaged 17.8. He was second in the tournament in scoring, but did not make the all-tournament team. I was amazed. Bill Kurz averaged 16.5, and John Flynn was around 13.3 or so. From the box scores that I saw, I had Bill Burmeyer, Dick Bickhouse, Phil Albers, Greg Bernbrock as a freshman, Paul Bauer, Steve Brummel, and Tom Vonderhaar. I know there must have been a couple. That's only 10 guys listed. When they came back in 73-74, that's 17-15, beat Franklin, beat Provincetown, lost to Ottawa Marquette, and then lost to Chicago Christian. Chris Curran averaged 16 points a game, was on the all-tournament team. Jay Frericks had 11.3, and that squad, Tim Ketters, Mark Miller, Mike Reel, Chuck Rose, Ted Wolf, Jack Turwell, Gary Berry, Rod Bockenfeld, Ted Avercamp, and Mike Hummert, all on that lineup as well. So we want to talk more about them, but we're getting close to the starting lineups, and we'll talk about the 98-99, 2003 Ford, our next game. And maybe at halftime we'll talk a little bit about that 70-71, 71-72. Both teams made it to state, but didn't get to the trophy end. So, Wellman and Pettit as we get ready here. It's going to be a handshake as both teams come forward. Shake hands and come out fighting. Is that the way that is?
We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner.
Checking out your colors for the teams out there. Royal blue and white for Farragut. They'll be wearing their home white trimmed in blue. The Raiders will be in their colors, which are, of course, navy, Vegas gold, and white. The road.
Yeah, the road blues tonight.
You got it. With that, they'll announce both teams, and they'll go through all the non-players. So they'll do that for Notre Dame. We're going to go through that lineup as well. I may not get through all the guys on Farragut as we might be talking. First guy out there, 6'2", senior, number 3, Xavier Douglas. Sully Walker, he'll be one of the first off the bench, 6'4", wears number 4, senior as well. Brody Gilbert, number 15, he's a junior at 6 foot tall. His dad handles the book. Mason Craig, he actually wears number 20, but started off the season in the 40s. He's a 6 foot junior. Anthony Bias wears number 24, 5'11" junior.
Number 32, John Benford.
John Vemberlo, they butchered that one up there. 6 foot junior. Patrick Ginnenbacher, number 33, 6'2" senior. Royce Boyd, number 34, a senior as well, 6'3". Caden Marth coming up as a sophomore, number 40, 6 foot. Trip Flesh at 40, number 42, 6 foot sophomore.
6'1" forward, number 44,
Rowan Stegeman getting playing time too off the bench. 6'1" sophomore. Victor Harsel, number 50, 6'4" junior. And number 52, 6'5", Jackson Canoyer. He has gotten on there. He's in the program as number 52.
Let's meet the reserves for the Chicago Farragut Admirals.
Look at these two teams here, Coach, and look at the Farragut Admirals. We talk about Latrobe Kelly. He's a senior averaging 24 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. He does it all. Then you got D'Angelo Embry at 14 and a half, 4.5 basically, and almost 2 assists. Those are your 1-2 punch. And then you got a couple guys in Cook and the young freshman Kelly averaging 7.4 as well, Coach.
Well, yeah, and Terrell, 6'3", he does a lot of stuff. You know, at 4.5 a game, and three boards a game almost. This is gonna be a tough one. You know, we gotta figure out how we're gonna guard Kelly, because it looks like he does just about everything for them. You know, he'll shoot the 3, passes the ball. Heck of a player.
And that's what Coach said. Some players you can say, let him score his points, and we'll stop everybody else.
No.
You do not want to do that here. Didn't somebody just beat Kobe Bryant's number 2 all-time with 83 in the NBA or something the other day? Not expecting that tonight. Here we go. Starting off for the Raiders. 6'3", the senior, number 2, Bo F-Tank. Number 15, check that, number 12, TJ Toga Reppy, 6'1", sophomore. Jace Allensworth, number 14, 6'3", senior. Robbie Reed, number 22, 6'5", senior. And Gavin Dolman, our 4th senior starter, 6'3", he'll wear number 30. Head coach Greg Almix, assisted by his sons, Jordan and Alex. Jonah Petty also over there. And up in the stands, Chuck Vemberlo, Ron Kinshirf. You can only have 22 people on the bench. And normally teams have 15. Well, we have 18 players. So 4 coaches. So Kinshirf and Vemberlo and them are all up in the stands, as well as Carrier. They got a good view out there. By the way, thanks, Ron Kinshirf, for joining us before the ball game. And if you notice, that was loud. It was at halftime of the game before. The band and the sound system was loud. So if we sounded like a little distorted, but it came across pretty good because we can barely hear each other.
Well, the one thing you got to worry about Farragut, they play in the Chicago Public League. A lot of good teams up there. I mean, they played Curry this year. They played Lindblom. They played a lot of good ball clubs. You know, so, it's 13 and 14. Didn't Marshall win today? They're in their same conference.
Yep.
I think Marshall came in kind of like they did.
And here's their starters. Almost forgot, Delonte Cook, number 1, he's a 6'4" senior. Latrobe Kelly, number 2, 5'11" senior. Then you go Zavion Kelly, number 5, a 6-foot freshman. Terrell, number 11, 6'3" senior. And D'Angelo Embry, number 12, 6'3" junior. Emmanuel Little, the head coach in his 4th year. And we are ready for the tip. It'll be the Admirals going left to right on your dial, your TV, your computer, or your phone. And the other way,
or
Gavin.
In your mind.
You've got it there. Cook and Dolman. Tip goes up. F-Tank gets it and then lost the handle on it. As coming up behind him was Kelly, the freshman, taking it away. Raiders back on defense. Man-to-man. Reed will come out on the point. He'll take on Latrell Kelly. Pushing him to the left side. Kelly trying to make something. Backdoor cut is there. Weak side help was there, but not in time. Terrell gets the basket. The assist goes to Kelly. Farragut gets the first basket. Raiders all the way down. Jace Allensworth got down on the block. Started to take a shot. It was knocked away. Admirals will have the basketball.
Got to go up a little stronger with that one.
And all 5 guys are wearing a lime green type shoe, a base, with black on it. Out of bounds on the sideline. Good job by the Raiders on defense. I like that. The base of the shoe, it's black on top, but the whole base of the shoe, the rubber, is kind of a lime green, and all 5 are wearing the same, even though it's not a school color. A nil contract, I'm sure. Raiders with the basketball across the timeline. Right side, Reed almost had it stolen. Robbie goes to the lane. Double pumps, rolls off the rim, but he's going to shoot 2 free throws. Our first foul of the ball game tonight, today, this evening. One of those times.
Early evening.
There you go.
That was a good, strong move to the basket. If that opens up like that, that's one thing about Farragut. They score 64 a game. They also give up 64 a game. So there'll be offensive opportunities to drive and take it strong to the hole.
Foul was called on number 12. That was D'Angelo Embry. First free throw was good by Reed. Second one no good. Tipped around. Allensworth comes away with it. Raiders from the outside. Shot no good. Rebounded on the rebound. It's Farragut going the other way. In the half-court set, they'll reset the ball back out. Latrell Kelly with it. Near half-court, near us. Waving out in the high post is Cook.
And now we got Dolman on him.
One-on-one. And a great job of blocking that shot on the way. Dolman blocked the shot. Robbie Reed picked it up.
That's one thing Kelly's going to see, multiple looks.
Gavin goes all the way down, takes it off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to F-Tank, who resets the offense.
Good patience.
2 passes
on
the left side. Allensworth, rattled in and out for 3. But on the weak side, Gavin Dolman tracks it down. Raiders another opportunity. Driving down. Bo F-Tank gets it to TJ. TJ tried to go from the left to the right block. He got blocked out of bounds, but the Raiders will have it under their basket. Yeah, I know. We get the line. Luckily we don't have the camera. We get that line of shot of the official's backside. Ball inbounded. Quickly out to F-Tank. F-Tank's 3. Off the rim. And TJ on the weak side started to go up with his right hand. His whole body came down, and that's because Lazavian Kelly, reached and pulled him down.
Well, yeah, the freshman tried to block out the sophomore, but didn't happen.
Second team foul, lobbed in front. Reed was right behind Dolman. Got up, took the shot. It went up the back of the iron. The Admirals have the rebound.
We've had 4 or 5 really good looks, just haven't been able to put it in. Right now, we're 0 for 7 from the field.
Inside 6 minutes, next 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Drive-in baseline, his shot's blocked. Kelly had his shot blocked by Reed, but Robbie was behind him. So Reed, his first foul.
I like to see Reed move his feet a little bit better and, cut the baseline off instead of going down the side and trying to block the shot.
Kelly will go to the line to shoot 2. There's 6:03 left, first quarter action. Right now, 2-1, Farragut. Wellman and Pettit on this beautiful afternoon. It wasn't as good as a couple days ago in 70 degrees, but for basketball season in March, we'll take it. Not fighting snow or anything else. Kelly's second free throw. Gets all the touch on that one. His first 2 points of the ball game. 4-1, Farragut. Raiders bring it down all the way to the basket. Good job there. Hesitation in front of us, and then Bo F-Tank took it to the basket with the left hand.
Well, he saw, the sea parted basically is what happened. He took it right to the hole.
In the backcourt, Allensworth picks up his man. That's Delonte Cook. Right here at half court, Delonte trying to do some crossover. Sends it over the left side. 2 passes into the corner. Robbie Reed guarding his man. Shot went up by Kelly, no good, but the weak side rebound. Bo F-Tank for QND. Across the timeline, down in the short corner. Allensworth comes out in front. Allensworth strong to the basket. Ball went flying up at a different angle because he was fouled.
Well, and that's what I was talking about earlier. In the pregame, it's like I don't know if they've got a guy that's physical enough that can guard Allensworth when he takes the ball to the hole.
Maybe Terrell, who just committed that foul, his first, 3rd team foul against the Admirals. 1 on the other side for the Raiders as Jace hits the first free throw. Allensworth will have 1 more. We are tied 4-4. Allensworth gives the Raiders their lead there, 5-4. Raiders are 3 for 4 from the charity stripe early in this one. 5:20 and counting left, first quarter action, court side.
And they're getting it after full court. Now we got TJ on Kelly.
Switched up there. Robbie Reed made a switch as Kelly popped back up. Kelly's 30 feet from the basket. Now Allensworth flew out. Jace picks him up at half court. Goes left side. That's Emery. D'Angelo trying to get a screen from somebody. Raiders are pushing him way out. Ball somehow then got down on the block. After all the pushing outside, Terrell makes a basket. He's got 2 baskets. Raiders waste no time. Three-pointer left side. Allensworth no good. He's had a couple looks from that left side. Admirals with the basketball. Raiders stand in man-to-man. Kelly pulls up on Dolman, and he hits it. Kelly with the pull-up and the shot. 8-5. Admirals over the Raiders. Almost halfway through the first quarter. Ball comes 2 passes down the left corner. That's Allensworth being guarded there by Terrell.
You know, and it's 8-5 with us shooting 11% from the field, 1 for 9 and 0 for 4 from the three-point line. I like where we're sitting right now.
I would agree. Here's a cut from the other side. Bo F-Tank. Oh, and a great pass from Robbie Reed. Reed was on the left wing. Coming from the weak side across the formation down the lane was F-Tank. Got the ball in for the layup with the left. F-Tank's got 4 on here. Raiders are down by 1. Exactly halfway through the first quarter. Way out here at half court. Kelly trying to get a screen from his players.
Well, we got 2 running at him.
30-footer from the left side, no good. That was a long shot there taken by D'Angelo Embry. Raiders got the rebound in the half-court set. Robbie Reed down to the box. Jace Allensworth, and Jace traveled, made a big, strong move and a spin move, but took a step a little early, and it's TV timeout time as we're going to have these throughout the ball game. With 3:40 left in the first quarter, the score. The Admirals 8 and the Raiders 7. We're back with more on mechasportsco.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
And welcome back to the U of I, the State Farm Center. Class 2A semifinal number 2, Lou Henson Court. A lot of banners hanging up there. We know a few of them, like Bruce Douglas. Number 25 is hanging up here to our right, with Ken Norman on one side of him and Derek Harper on the other. 8-7 early in this one with 3:40 left in the first. Farragut has the lead. Not bad, as Coach said. We're not shooting well. We're not hitting from the 3, but we are 3 for 4 from the charity stripe, and we're only down 1.
Yeah, I mean, 2 for 10 shooting, and we've had a bunch of really good looks, especially at the three-point line, kicking it outside, and we're 0 for 4 so far. And, I kind of like where we're sitting.
Manual won the first ball game, 62-57 over Talona Unity. Here come the Raiders, full court pressure. Now in the backcourt, Delonte Cook will bring it up. He looks a little bit solid. F-Tank picks him up at half court.
6'4".
Push him to the side. Ball gets passed. There was a jump. They tried to jump Kelly. F-Tank gets back to his man. Here they are. Sully Walker checks in the game now.
Trying to get the ball out of his hands, which they've done a pretty good job so far.
He was in for Gavin Dolman. So Sully picks up the top. He's got Kelly. That's the freshman Kelly. Gets the ball over to Terrell. Terrell lost the handle of the ball, knocked out of bounds. Raiders touched it last. So it is F-Tank, Walker, Reed, Allensworth, and Togarepi for the Raiders. Other side substitution coming out there. That's number 3, Cameron Murray. Checking out on that side, Terez Terrell. Double T. And right in front of the Raiders bench, ball gets inbounded. D'Angelo Embry with the basketball. Almost back at half court. TJ's on him. Goes to the court. To the basket. No, misses the shot. Good help. Togarepi got the rebound for QND. TJ across the timeline. Right in front of us, Walker. Down to the short corner. Cutting to the basket, Robbie Reed. Robbie Reed, strong move. Give Allensworth the assist. Robbie Reed gets the basket. Raiders take the lead again, 9-8.
Well, I think that's where we can, against this team, take it inside.
Reed in half court steals the ball. All the way down to the right wing. Now cutting to the basket, Sully Walker. Walker gets the basket. TJ Togarepi with the assist. Ball was stolen right in front of us on the left side at half court. Robbie Reed went up high with the one arm, brought it down, took one dribble, and saw Togarepi on the left or the right side, a half court behind the arc. As soon as the ball went there, we picked it up right away, and Sully flashed down the lane for the easy layup.
Great defense and, better offensive transition basketball.
That was good stuff there, and that's how we fill the lane so well on offense like that. Filling that lane, you look out there, and again, if the guy doesn't come out, TJ has a possibility of three-pointer or bring him back up, set the offense.
Well, that's what we did in Carbondale. Fourth quarter, we had our defense getting steals, getting deflections, and then going down the other end for the easy transition, offense. And that's exactly what happened right there.
And a shout out to Jim Trine, as he gave us a shout out a little bit earlier. He just happened to look down. Hope he's doing well. And we always see the Bill and Ted adventure. That's Bill Trine and Ted Wolf. You never know where they're going to be. Should be here today. Out of the timeout, Admirals have the basketball. Raiders got a 9-8 lead. 2:20 left, first quarter.
I was looking for the Celtic code. I didn't see it.
It'll be there somewhere. Dolman came back in, so Dolman, and he got to half court. Allensworth doing a little dance and just a little brush of the hip. But when you're out there at half court, that's an obvious. So he gets called, or his first foul.
You're kind of exposed out there.
Exactly.
Right in the middle of the floor.
You can give that check off maybe somewhere down the lane when the ball's not there. Togarepi, Allensworth, F-Tank, Walker, and Dolman right now with Robbie Reed getting a break. Kelly getting double teamed. Kelly gets out of the double team. Oh, F-Tank almost got the steal. Ball kicks from the left back to the top. Kelly takes a three. No good. Good screen out there by Togarepi. And Togarepi was doing a great job of screening out. They're going to say he was hooking his man. I thought he did a great job of screening. His first, Raiders third. Three also on the Admirals.
Keep doing it. Just like that. That'll be good.
Yeah, because the ball was going to hit the floor. And there we changed it. I love it. It got changed, and I believe they gave the foul
to number 3, I believe, on their team, Murray.
But I don't see one. Oh, there it is up on the board. Thank you, Coach. So the fourth foul over there and a change. I thought TJ did a great job. Raiders with the ball in the half-court set in the left corner.
Right there. Go.
Second block. Gavin Dolman. Boy, Dolman went up on the second block out in the paint and got hammered.
Well, what he needs to do, shot fake him up in the air to go up through his nostrils.
Yep. Ball did go out of bounds. Will be the Raiders basketball. Under their basket, a little bit outside the lane. Togarepi to trigger it. F-Tank came over to the right wing to get it. Back to Sully Walker. Sully, hesitation. Sully, a bounce pass inside. Togarepi was down on the left block for the easy layup. Walker gets the assist. Raiders on a 6-point run. They're going to call a foul at the top of the key.
Allensworth.
And Allensworth was the only way to stop Cook on that one. For
Is that
Jace.
his second now?
It is, and it'll be the
Raiders number 14, Jace Allensworth, his second, team's third.
team's third since he gave that foul away from Togarepi. Other side has 4. 1:29 left in the first. Raiders are on a run here. Is that right? 13-8? I guess I miscounted.
It's not that run, but.
Well, but it's a run of 8 points right now to take the lead, 13-8. Kelly with the ball on the left side. He'll come back out high. Delonte Cook backs out almost a half court off the left side with Robbie Reed on him, now in the ball game. Makes a drive to the lane. Good job by Togarepi. TJ came up enough. No foul against Reed. No foul against Cook, but he traveled. So the Raiders get the basketball back with the turnover.
And that all happened because Dolman was down in the corner, face guarding their scorer, not letting him get the ball. Somebody else has to do something for him. They don't have. I think he's their player that we got to stop.
Yep. Right side Walker into the high post. Dolman up under, no good. Robbie Reed fighting Dolman on the weak side. Robbie Reed gets the basket. He's got 5. Raiders are up 7, 15-8. Full court pressure. Dolman, I was waiting for the 8 count.
Riding him.
He was riding him. If you ride him 8 count before the bell, it's successful.
Well, I don't know. Basketball probably is a 4 or 5 count, but.
Doman rode him all the way down once we got across half court. Kelly got Gavin to commit his first foul.
Well, and after starting out 0 for 9 in the field goals, you know, we've made 6 of our last 7. You know, we're 6 out of 16 now.
Excellent.
You know, so still haven't made it 3 yet, but it doesn't bother me. Keep taking it to the hole.
Approaching 40 seconds left first quarter. Screen. Then a pull-up for a shot. Oh, and a rattling shot on that one. D'Angelo Embry with the basket.
Oh, and then,
Raiders get it down. Miss a shot, but Dolman gets it back.
Bring it back out.
Oh, tried to pass through the zone. That ain't going to happen. Admirals tail the ball, 24 seconds left. Now you're up 5 with the ball. You'd like to have gotten that last score.
Well, yeah.
Back on defense.
You go up 18-10.
Kelly has it back around half court now, 15 seconds with Dolman on him. Caden Marth checked in, so he's ready to jump over for a double team. Ball hits the floor. Kelly hits the floor. And when you fall down with the basketball, it's a travel. So with 8.8 left in the first quarter, Raiders lead 15-10. They'll have the basketball.
And I know he talked about pace. With both of these teams averaging right in the 60s, you know, right now with giving them 10 points here in the first quarter, we got them in the 40 range. So this is playing into a QND pace.
They also give up 64 a game where we only give up 44.
Yep.
Here we're down to 8 seconds. Left side, Allensworth. Way out here. Into the corner of F-Tank. F-Tank pushes off and then takes the shot. Off the front of the iron. Almost a tip by Robbie Reed. And he didn't have control. He tried to make the tip with one hand. He almost thought you might get an and one. Reed lost his shoe. He's going to put it on while everybody comes to help him. And we have played 1 quarter here in Champaign. Your score, the QND Raiders 15 and the Farragut Admirals 10. We're back with second half action. You know where, meccasportsco.com.
Ride the Baja Wave and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
And welcome back to the, I was going to say the Mecca pregame. We're already through the first quarter, folks. 15-10. Raiders with the lead out there. It got 8-5. Farragut had the lead. And the Raiders went on a 10-point run, unless I missed some point in between there. Got up 15-8. Last basket of the quarter went to the Admirals. 15-10 after 1 quarter, Coach. And it was a different quarter. We started off, defensively it was a good quarter, but offense started out slow, came in later on.
Well, we missed shots. You know what I mean? We had good open looks at the basket because I say this Farragut team, you know, they like up and down pace, you know, score 64, give up 64. There's going to be a lot of open looks, you know, with their defense. So I think if we continue to bang the ball underneath the basket, you know, make that extra pass and, you know, go from there, I think we should be in good shape tonight. And we failed to score 4 points, you know, in the first quarter.
That's a good thing.
You know what I mean? So, you know, he's on pace to get 16, not 24. But, you know, we've been double teaming, and nobody else on their team's been able to step up.
As we know scores, though, they may be dormant for a while, but the great scorers can come out and put it out there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make sure you locate him. I think the only shot that he had that was a wide open look, you know, was in the corner that he made. You know, he didn't get a hand up there. You know, so got to keep, you know, challenging every shot. You know, you need to, you know, make sure you get a body on somebody. You know, right now we're out rebounding them 12-4. You know, we've got 5 assists, you know, to 3 turnovers. That's our recipe for, you know, W's, especially on the offensive end.
Starting the second quarter, our Admirals will have the basketball. Raiders will have Walker, F-Tank, Reed, Marth, and Dolman in on defense man-to-man. Other side, Kelly will trigger it into the backcourt. Murray stayed in the ball game. He's got the basketball. We'll check the rest of that lineup as also Quamarian Temples is in the ball game, number 4. 12 stays in, that's Embry. And the big guy inside, Terrell. I think he mentioned him earlier. Left side, Admirals having to push it way out. Here comes that double team. We're doing a great job of jumping. Closest guy is jumping a double team. Drives to the hole. Dolman did a good job, but Gavin's going to get the foul. As leaning in on him on that one, Terrell. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. For Dolman, his second foul, team foul number 1 in the second quarter.
I think if he'd have moved his feet a little bit, got set, and not been jumping up in the air, might have had a chance of getting a charge on that one.
Or at least a no call, and you're good to go there and let the ball go up in the rim, and Raiders go attack the boards. Nice touch from Terrell. 3 for 3 on the line for the Admirals early in this one. The Raiders 3 for 4, so.
Yeah, he's leading the team in scoring with 5 points.
Second one good, that makes 6. 15-12, Raiders still with the lead, 30 seconds into the second quarter. Down the left side, check that the right side. Reed, Dolman, flashes, nobody picks up Dolman, and Gavin gets the easy basket. Reed gets the assist. He just ran right down the lane and got the ball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and once again, Farragut's only got 4 kids on the bench to come off the bench.
Kelly had to go from left side to the right as it was a double team again. Walker almost a travel there on the drive there by Murray. Ball comes back out between the circles. Terrell with it.
Dolman's doing a great job on Kelly with the no catch.
F-Tank did a good job of taking the shot from Terrell, but Terrell still banked the shot. And it gets a 3-point deficit on the other side for the Admirals. Raiders by 3, 17-14.
Terrell's already scored twice what he averages during the regular season.
That you can't have. At the high post, Dolman kicks it back out. Robbie Reed looked at a 3. Instead gives it out to Bo F-Tank. F-Tank's 3 is no good. Ball is tipped out. Oh, luckily Bo tracked it down. He knocked it to Dolman. Otherwise, that was going the other direction for the Admirals.
Oh, yeah.
F-Tank to the hole. Finger roll. Good. Bo F-Tank slashing and dashing. Good looking stuff there. To the basket with the roll. 6:15 and counting, first half action. State Farm Center. There's the Raiders jumping again. Back out high, Terrell. Works on Dolman. Crossover, not there. Raiders doing a good job of beating their man. Almost a triple team on Kelly that time.
Well, yeah,
They're doing a great job of jumping the farthest man away. Kelly drives. Kelly has to use his left hand. No good. That's a nice tip out there by Terrell. Gives the Admirals another chance. The step down and the good shot. Trey Kelly did a little fake, took a step in, made a nice little 14-footer.
Offensive rebound there, hurts the Raiders.
And that was the tip out by Terrell. He didn't really get a handle on it, but kept the ball alive. Left corner, Reed passes up the 3.
Oh.
Now it's a short corner to Sully Walker. Oh, in tight. Good interior passing. Sully Walker in the short corner to the second block. Dolman for the layup.
Keep feeding it, underneath the basket. They can't stop us.
You got it. Not just one guy either. This is a whole bunch of Seymours. Feed me, Seymour, feed me. Right side, back to the top of actually to the right elbow. Backing it out is Terrell. He's got Walker on him. Wanting to do a one-on-one. Marth gets in charge. Yes! Caden Marth, you saw it coming right away. Out high, Terrell is trying to go one-on-one. He's doing all the dancing. Once he breaks by Walker, Caden Marth was set up and in front of the little half moon. Great defense there by Caden Marth. First team foul on the other side for the Admirals. 1-1 in this second quarter.
Okay, now we got to keep Allensworth, from not getting that third foul. Here, with 5:03 to go in the second.
Him and Dolman both have 2.
Yeah.
Caden Marth checked out as we had 6 players. They don't allow that even today. All the rule changes, they still haven't put 6 players out there. That's a good thing. TJ brings it across half court to Bo. Left wing, Sully, into that high post again. This time Dolman fakes it, takes the shot. Wow, that went in and out. It hit both sides of the rim, popped straight up, and jumped out.
Man, you get little 5-7 footers in the lane. You take those all day long.
Admirals have the ball on the right side. Bouncing it inside, getting a drive to the hole. Christian Williams had just checked in, number 0. Closes out the Raiders' lead to 3, 21-18. F-Tank right side to Walker. They're looking at a high post where Dolman is. Said 2 passes over here to Togarepi off the left side. TJ to Dolman on the left wing. Into Walker, who brings it back out. Dolman will take a 3. It's off the front. Allensworth doing a great job of not fouling, but when he stepped back to not foul his man, that gave Togarepi a chance to step into that spot. He got the rebound, and then followed by Christian Williams, his first, second for the Admirals, and TJ to the line to shoot 2.
That was real close to foul number 3 on Allensworth.
Yep,
real close.
He was hiding behind his man, pulled off him at the last second, and when he took that step back, the guy screening him out didn't see Togarepi down the lane to get it. Gavin Dolman will go out with 2 fouls right now. Rowan Stegeman is 6'1", is he?
Yeah. He plays a lot bigger.
Oh, that's
6'1".
right. Rowan Stegeman, number 44, the sophomore. Togarepi, his second one. TJ, good, 2 for 2. Raiders 5 for 6 so far in this ball game. Lead 23-18.
Trying to buy some time for Dolman and Allensworth on the bench with the 2 fouls.
Dropping his head and going. And I'm telling you, that was a good drive to the basket. It was a good drive to the basket by Delonte Cook. And the ball rolled off on the far side. Luckily, when Robbie Reed went to rebound it, it was knocked out of his hands. Raiders basketball. Now a little full court pressure coming up from the Admirals.
Looks like a 2-2-1.
Reed gets it at half court. Robbie brings it up, and then he'll set it to his point guard.
Good job.
TJ looks for a screen, gets it from Stegeman,
Oh.
then tries to pass through it, but he keeps it alive. Good job. Sully Walker keeps it alive. It goes to F-Tank. F-Tank's 3, no good. That was a great job by Hands once he lost the ball, knocking it loose. And F-Tank had a good-looking 3 there. But Williams is going to commit his second foul, 3rd team foul here in the second quarter. And with 3:44 left in the first half, TV timeout. 3:44 left in the half. QND 23, Chicago Farragut 18, and we're back with more right here, of course, MeccaSportsCo.com. And a fine sponsor of Raider basketball, as well as all the Quincy basketball. That's 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main in Quincy. The OG sandwiches, the signatures, the horseshoes, the smash burgers. They got it all Wednesday through Saturday. And if you'd like a little different pizza, drop over at Atlas Slice, 121 North 6. They've got the chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame high heat oven. They are open Thursday 5 to 8, Friday and Saturday 5 to 9. That's Atlas Slice, 121 North 6. And across the street, 8 Opens, the Southern Kitchen at 601 Main. And of course, that's the North 6 Promenade, and proud sponsors of Raider basketball. Wellman and Pettit back here for the action here. I'm still waiting to call out some Woodmart Building Supply 3s. We've not had any yet.
We've tried. You know, we're 0 for 7 here, you know, in the first quarter and half of this game. And for the most part, they've been inside-out looks, stepping into the good looks, and haven't been able to knock them down.
Raiders out of the timeout. We'll get the basketball. Togarepi is going to take it out. Box out of bounds play. Reed and Stegeman on the low blocks. F-Tank and Walker on the high post. Uniform situation on the other side. I think Latrell Kelly, yeah, if you can find something wrong with this uniform and get him out of the game, that's fine with us.
Well, at least for a couple of minutes,
Exactly.
you know, and, you know, we can go from
Kelly's in there with Cook still in there on that back line. Also Williams, who came in with 2 fouls. And then you got Lazavion, the freshman, Kelly, out there, and rounding it out, Murray.
All's fair in love and basketball.
Raiders get it into the post.
Oh,
Reed, and a
great
backdoor
pass.
cut. Rowan Stegeman, wow, and get lucky there. Stegeman moved over, gave a head fake, got his man in the air. The ball got rebounded on the weak side. I thought it was going to be a foul on us, but we go back, and instead Rowan gets to go to the line, Stegeman to shoot 2. Good
and
move.
so far we're 5 out of 6, you know, from the free throw line shooting.
That's all right.
Oh, I shouldn't have said it.
4th team foul on the other side. Trying to check who they called that on. Was that on Williams? If it was, it'd be his 3rd foul in the first half. I'm going to give it to him right now.
Well,
They went out of the game, so it took it off the board. Second one, no good.
Oh.
Sully Walker got a rebound and was going to go strong, but as he started to go up, grabbing a hold of his wrist was D'Angelo Embry. So Embry, his 2nd foul, 5th team foul, and that sent Sully Walker to the line to shoot 2.
Well, and like I say, right now, rebounding count. Raiders are at 16. You know, Farragut's at 6, and there's been about 5 or 6 offensive rebounds that we've been able to put back on the glass.
Walker gets to go to the line and shoot 2. This one rattles and bounces. They do that, hits one side of the rim, the other side pops up, And instead of going down, it pops out.
We were 5 for 6. Now we're 5 for 9.
That's all right. The 5 count. Walker second one. That's rolls in and out. Stegeman gets the rebound, though. And they're calling Stegeman on the foul on the weak side. Rowan did something.
I think he just laid his body on this dude trying to block him out.
I know, it's a nice job. Second team foul, first on Rowan. Ball goes back over with 3:30 left in the half. Raiders lead 23-18, full court pressure. In the backcourt, oh, Murray almost threw the ball right where we should have been. 2 quick passes, though, on the other end. Shot no good. Rowan Stegeman goes down strong for that rebound. He gets it out to F-Tank. Raiders run. Bo tried to do a no-look pass to Walker, and then that's going to give Kelly the easy basket on the other end as he snowbirded. Never came down the court at all. Raiders, though, breaking the other way. TJ to the basket. Shot went up. Oh, my.
Well, that's the one thing. We don't want to get in a running up and down ball game.
TJ missed the shot, got his own rebound, but they said he hit the line, but I think he got rid of the ball before he ever came to the floor, but ball will go back over to the Admirals. Full court pressure. On that last time we had pressure where we almost stole the ball, and then it turned into a advantage. That's because the Admirals didn't hustle down. And a traveling there. LaZavion Kelly was being hounded by Sully Walker. 30 feet from the basket, and he lost the ball, then traveled when he regathered the ball. So with 2:56, Allensworth comes back. Stegeman and Walker both go out, 4 and 44. So Reed, F-Tank, Togarepi, Dolman, Allensworth, your starters back in the ball game.
Let's run our stuff. We haven't tried to go down low, last 3 possessions.
Left side, Allensworth. He'll take a 3-pointer. Shot no good, tipped out. Reed kept it alive, F-Tank got it. Bo all the way in. Bo, finger roll again. Bo with that same move, he's got 8 in the ball game. 25-20.
Once again, offensive rebound, taking the ball to the hole, very successful.
In the backcourt, Kelly, and a timeout, as Kelly was saying, guys, come back and help me. And Coach Emmanuel Little says, I got you with a timeout, and it's a full timeout, 2:28 left in the half. Raiders 25, Admirals 20. It's the Class 2A semifinal number 2. The winner of this game will go on to play Manual. The loser will play tonight against Helena Unity at 8:45. So better to take a day's rest, wait till noon on Saturday for a championship game. What do you think, Coach?
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be the ideal situation, but like I say, this team ain't going to go away anytime soon. So, we're going to have to play, the rest of it and not get sped up, take care of the basketball, because when we go down underneath the basket, they can't stop us.
And the key, too, is with the overplay in the backcourt that we're doing, the Admirals need to do is, like they've done a couple times, get a pass out beyond that first 4 guys, and they've got an advantage, the first 3 guys especially, and they'll have an advantage. Raiders doing a good job, but if the Raiders can catch that first pass in the middle when we're doing the double team, Admirals are so much in a hurry to try to move the ball.
Oh, yeah.
If you can find yourself in that passing lane, it's a good chance. And that's what the Raiders have done. Even when the Admirals have gone down and scored, the Raiders have picked it up and moved it down the court fastly, and we're finding ourselves in 3-on-1, 3-on-2 advantages because the Farragut team's not hustling back fast enough.
Well, the first half of this quarter was Farragut pace. The last 2 minutes plus has been Raider pace.
Farragut has the basketball to our right. Picking up his numeral counterpart was TJ, picking up on Embry. Ball gets out to the big man, that's Talante Cook. Stegeman's back in the ball game, he's going to match him up. Reed tried to make a gut on Kelly, wasn't there. Coming out for the 3-pointer, no good. Sully Walker closed down on that one. Rowan Stegeman got the rebound for the Raiders.
You can't try for the steal like that because that's going to leave him for an open look.
Bo, F-Tank, comes around the top. His 3, no good. Right at the front of the rim. Had another good look. It's coming, don't worry. Under 2 minutes left, 25-20. Raiders with a 5-point lead. Baseline Jay, and that's a nice little pull-up shot there by D'Angelo Embry. He's got 4.
Well, he's the other one that averages about 14 and a half a game, along with Kelly.
Raiders move to the left side. F-Tank behind the arc, gets out to Stegeman. Into the high post, Reed. Baseline, little 10-footer. Good, TJ Togarepi. His second bucket to go with the 2 free throws. 27-22, up by 5, approaching a minute left in the first half. F-Tank will pick up Cook at the timeline. Cook almost backed up. Getting him back up and over and back. Nope. Togaretti comes to help. Ball goes to the right side to Kelly, the younger of the two, freshman. Ball's tipped. Oh, tipped away, but somebody reached in. Raiders will commit the foul.
It's only their third, in this quarter, so we're not shooting yet.
TJ's first, team's third. Already 5 fouls on the other side for the Raiders. The last 1 minute exactly will shoot. Out of bounds play, kick it out to Embry. He'll go back to the top to Kelly. Kelly is right at the March Madness between the I at the top and the top of the key. There's Stegen with the double team. Stepping through, and that's the key. You can't let him step through like that. But good recovery. Ball gets in the left corner. Oh, and a three-pointer from that corner. Embry's hit 2 shots in a row, and it's a tie ball game. Nope, 27-25, excuse me. I forgot the Raiders had that lead.
Well, Embry and Kelly are the 2 3-point shooters. You got to stay on those two and locate.
30-second timeout taken there. Coach Almix wanted to talk about it as we've had 2 quick baskets, the 2 and then the 3. Embry, the short pull-up from the left side on the corner, and that one was in the corner. Defense was closing, but once a shooter goes up and already releases the ball, it's a little too late. Short timeout. Stick around at halftime. We'll break down the first half of this one. We'll give you the stats out of here. We'll also go back and talk about those teams from yesteryear that made the trip to Champaign. I think 56, 57, it would have been Champaign. I don't think we were at Huff. I think Huff was, well, hold on. Huff was definitely when the Blue Devils and Dick Thompson was there. 41.6 left, half. Raiders have the ball in a 2-point lead. Raiders had a 5-point lead there early in the quarter. Reed in the half-court set will go down the left corner to Allensworth. Jace keeping her on the perimeter. Dolman, 2 cutters. Pass went right side to F-Tank. Bo looked in but brings it back out. Down to 25 seconds left. Reed on the left side now. He's got Kelly in front of him. Back to F-Tank. Jace Allensworth makes a little fake. Allensworth kept his left foot down and made a whole body fake, but they're calling for traveling. I'll have to go back and watch because that one, you see that good move up top, but when you don't move, looks like it no matter what. So Allensworth to the travel, 16.5 left in the half. Farragut has it in the backcourt. Cook with the basketball across the timeline. Stegeman two-hand shivers him. Stegeman had the hand on him again. Back to Cook. He pulls up for 3. Cook's 3, no good. Sully Walker, big on the rebound. Knocking the ball away from behind him was Temples, but last touch there by Walker. So with 1.9 on the baseline, it'll be Cook triggering for Farragut. Cutting to the basket. No, they'll go to the left corner. Shuffling his feet. 3, no good. And it wasn't quite a 3-pointer. Lazavion Kelly. So halftime, after a 15-10 lead of 5 after the first quarter, the Raiders close out the half, still up by 2, 27-25.
Well, and this was with us not shooting very well at all anywhere. 5 out of 10 from the free throw line. We haven't made a 3 yet. I think we're 0 for 10, and I think shooting 35% from the field. But we need to reestablish our inside game, and take it down there, and I think we can wear this team out.
There you are, on the college court as well. So State Farm, the center, Assembly Hall as we all know it. Halftime, we'll take a break, come back. QND leads 27-25 right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Kunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
This stream is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecca Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit MeccaSportsCo.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Spring is right around the corner with warm weather approaching quickly. Best Kept Sod Farm offers a full line of landscaping services. We can provide the labor. If you thrive on DIY, we can give you advice or recommendations on how to make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. No job is too big or too small, and as always, we provide free estimates. Best Kept Sod Farm is a local company who strives for excellent customer satisfaction and takes pride in what we do. Contact us today by phoning or texting us at 217-779-0620 to discuss your project needs.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at the State Farm Center on the campus of University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, better known as Assembly Hall in our era, at the Lou Henson Court. I've named off about everything I can name there that's not, it's got a name out of here. It's halftime. Raiders lead 27-25. Game started off this way. Farragut got the first bucket. Took a while for the Raiders to get scoring. We had a free throw. Went back and forth. Raiders led 5-4. Farragut got back up 8-5. Raiders ran off 10 points to get up 15-8 by 7. Farragut the last basket of the quarter. Raiders led 15-10 as the Raider cheerleaders getting their exercise. They are running with the IHSA flags. There's 4 of them. And the next 5 cheerleaders behind have T-shirts to throw and give away. Good stuff out there. And earlier they had the T-shirt guns shoot them up to the upper level. And the student section right behind the stands, they're getting their shirts. Anyway, let's go back to the second quarter. First 2 free throws made it at 15-12. And we really traded back and forth. Raiders were up 25-20, 27-22, and then that couple baskets in a row there where I lost that one basket. Pretty well got it tight, and then at the end of the half, no shot. We're up 2, 27-24. So second quarter, you had mentioned one time it was the pace of the Admirals, and then it turned back to the pace of the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're in a 50-point game, which I think bodes well for the Raiders. They still need to, start shooting the ball better. They can't be afraid to take the wide open 3 look, even though they're, 0 for 9, 0 for 10. Don't know exactly what it is. But what's kept us in this ball game is, our rebounding. 19-8 on the glass. Our offensive rebounds, have kept us ahead in this ball game. I think that we need to impose our will, in the paint. The second half with the rebounding and taking the ball to the basket, because we were spreading it out, slashing to the hole. We were getting good, easy looks at the hole.
Good news there, as you mentioned, Coach, 19-8 on the rebound, 9-6 on the assist, Raiders way, and 6-6 on the turnovers, which really for a half of good basketball, both teams would probably take that. If you can be under 10 for a game, or even if it's 12, it's not horrible, but protect the basketball whenever possible. Let's look at the scoring in the first half. First for the Raiders, we've got 6 guys in the scoring column. We started off 5 for 6 from the line. Now 5 for 8 is what I've got. I think
5 for 10.
Did we really? Oh, that's right, the 2 down there by Stegeman. I must have missed somebody's free throws there, Coach, because I've only got those 2 misses there, but I'll double check that.
I think Sully missed a couple also. They had 5 for 6.
Thank you, that was the 2.
Sully missed a couple, and then Stegeman missed a couple.
That's right, thank you, Coach. F-Tank has 8. All from outside with 2 points. Not a three-pointer yet, as we've been mentioning. 6 points from Toga Reppy. Robbie Reed's got 5, and Dolman's got 4. The only other basket, we got a basket by Sully. That nice cut to the basket, and TJ with a pass from the right side. Allensworth 2 for 2 from the line, but Jace has not scored, so probably had to play a little more tentative with the 2 fouls. Getting in the second half, we got to get him down to that block and
I mean, him making the move out here is how he got his second foul. Them playing good defense on it. And then another time he took it, tried to go, he traveled. So, we need to get him down on the block, get him the ball down there, have him turn and face, and then they don't have anybody strong enough, to guard him underneath the basket.
On the other side for Farragut, the Admirals in the first half, their leading scorer, Latrell Kelly. He does have 8 points, but he got 2 buckets in the second quarter. We only gave him a bucket.
Okay, you got him up there with 8, yep.
Yeah, 8 points out there. You've got also 8 points out of Terrell, and he's shared them a little bit. They're 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. 7 out of D'Angelo Embry. And so there's most of your scoring with a lone bucket by Christian Williams coming in. Williams had 3 fouls. Terrell and Embry with 2 fouls. So no major foul trouble except for Williams off the bench on the other side for Farragut. All right, well, we talked before the ball game, and we broke down a little bit. We ran out of actually thank to Ron Kincher for sharing that time. I was a little worried. The game was behind from before. So I expect us to be behind. But they talked how if the game was going to be 4:15, it wouldn't start until 4:25 on normal time. So we thought, well, we got plenty of time to put a long interview in there. But I thank Ron for coming up and sharing some of those moments and some of those crazy guys he had to work with. And some good guys, though. George Schultz, a great coach in his years, not only at Mizzou as an assistant with Norm Stewart, but also out in Jacksonville as he took the program. He was also with the Orlando Magic. And I believe he had a suit against the NBA on that one as he got picked up over another guy. And that one was a little, I'll tell you, I know Jim Bearden said that was his idol then. George was his idol after that. So, but those two teams, Gene Rundy had coached back in 56-57, 30-4. The other team that was 30-4, of course, the 2003-2004 team, those are the Scott Douglas teams. But we also had more classes. But both those teams got beat by this Raider team, now with 31 wins on the season. We will talk more about the 98-99 3-4 at either the third place or championship game. But I will talk about the got here and just so close. Because in the old days, if you made it to the Super, that was the Sweet 16. You made it to state. Then you had the quarterfinal. If you lost the first game in the quarterfinal, you went home. And that was tough. Nowadays, you win the Super Sectional, you're in the Final Four, and there's hardware. And if you need hardware, great segue there. Stop by Lumber, Hardware, Doors, Windows, Decks, Flooring, Siding, and so much more. Woodmart Building Center. Hey, you guys might not make a 3, but we're going to still give Woodmart some shouts. For every room, for every project, your project planner since 1978, Woodmart Building Center. All right, now back to what we were talking about. There was a couple times where it was awful close. And, we keep talking about the Don Schutte years, your Grandpa Don, who's looking above us right now. And when you look at that year they were 25-4. They lost in the Super to Kewanee 60-59. Pieper had 15, Schutte had 12, D.A. Weibring had 12, Tom Sparrow had 4 fouls. So I think he was in foul trouble because he only had 8 that night. Fitch had 7 and Mark Schuring had 5. Now I know Roger Stuckman was on that team, but he did not play in that ball game. And so that was the only 7 guys I had on the lineup there. Then in 71-72, the next year, they made it one step farther to the quarterfinals. 19-13, so they're not as good a record, but lost to Lawrenceville, who's in the tournament, 57-56. And Lawrenceville had a pretty good run from the late 70s into the 80s. And, of course, Brian Deckard, who came to Notre Dame his freshman year, him and John Metzger moved up to my sophomore squad. And then his sophomore year moved to Lawrenceville, where he had a heck of a career of football and basketball, and played alongside Jay Scheidler, who was 2 years ahead of him, the class of 77. Scheidler made it there as a freshman and a junior. His junior year almost averaged 40 points a game for Lawrenceville. But in that one, Dan Pieper, and that's a great one because, I mentioned Roger Trimpe didn't make the 56-57. And you go, how did he not make it? And he was a second leading scorer in the tournament. Well, here you go. How about this one? Dan Pieper played the Super and the quarterfinal. Never made it to the Final Four, but he was all-tournament team, probably because he had 18 points and 10 rebounds in the first one, 27 points and 11 rebounds in the second, so 22.5 points, 10.5 rebounds. What I love is Steve Siebers in the first game, and I don't think it was a typo. Steve had 21 points and 4 rebounds in that one, but he didn't play in game 2, so I'm not sure if he was hurt. I did know Tony Siebers played in the second game and got 4 points. Greg Gannon got 15 points in the first game. Bobby Bender got 12 points in the first and second game. Jim Bockenfeld had 7 points and 9 rebounds in the first, 10 points in the second. Gene Stuckman, Roger's brother, had 4 and 3. And Rock O'Donnell had 1 point in the first. And if I'm not mistaken, Rock O'Donnell is O'Donnell's funeral home. He went down to Hannibal, started it up there, sponsored many teams, youth and adult, fast pitch men's. Actually went with them one time. They had a great team, went to the Nationals. But Rock, of course, still in the program at the Notre Dame games for O'Donnell's, and then they bought O'Donnell's in Quincy. And so, but that was that year of 71-72. And so, congratulations to all those guys in the past. That's your 2 4th-place finishes. Next game, we'll talk about the 3rd-place finishes. And that, of course, was the 1998-99 and the 2003-2004 Scott Douglas era teams. And as he closes out with Scott Douglas, Xavier Douglas, his last child, is a senior this time. So it'll be the grandkids coming up next for Scotty D. Second half about ready to start here. We'll take a quick break. Return. Raiders and Admirals. Second quarter action with the Raiders leading 27-25 right here. It's a State Farm Center, MeccaSportsCo.com.
I was off by 1.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Back at the Mecca Mobile Studio at the State Farm Center. Brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money, Quincy, Jacksonville. Sleep Tight, Midwest.com. Second half's ready to start. Raiders have a 2-point lead. They'll get the ball. Togarepi, Reed, F-Tank, Dolman, Allensworth. On the other side, Kelly, that's the senior and the freshman. Latrell and Lazavion. In the middle, looks like a zone is Terrell, and on one side of him will be Cook. Down on the other side will be number 12. That's D'Angelo Embry, who hit the last 5 points of the half to make it a 2-point game. Here we go, folks. Stay with us. 16 minutes left. A winner will play Manual. A loser will play Tolona Unity tonight at 8:45. Raiders working left or right on your dial, second half. In the short corner. Great job. Oh, and Allensworth with a touch pass into Dolman. Dolman on the second block, and there you go.
That's got to be their bread and butter the whole second half till they can stop it.
Full court pressure. Ball comes down court.
Oh.
Almost stolen twice.
Travel.
Almost a block. Weak side as the ball gets tipped by the rim. Raiders get the rebound.
Hold on.
In transition. Allensworth offside. Takes a shot. Went off to the side of the defense. Off the glass, but no good. We got a 3-on-1. And an alley-oop from the left side. Coming to the right side, Embry. He dunks the ball.
Good pass by Kelly.
That was 29-27. Haven't played a full minute in the third quarter. Gavin Dolman goes high post. Down to the short corner to Robbie Reed. Back out to Allensworth. Right side, back to the top of the key.
Oh.
Dolman tried to bounce one inside to Reed. He was open, but Terrell got a hand on it. Admirals have the ball, trying to tie it up. 7 minutes left in the third. Kelly, little push off. Kelly kicks it out here to the left side. That's the other Kelly. Into the left corner. Three-pointer, no good. Airballed. Gavin Dolman luckily had his hand out there to get the rebound.
Good job getting his body in front of the guy and then getting his hand up to get the board.
F-Tank backs out on the right side. Coming across is Reed. Reed up and under the defense, and not playing very good defense was Cook, but Reed just got underneath him, strong to the hole. Good pass from F-Tank.
Once again, taking the ball to the hoop.
6:25 left in the third quarter. Wellman and Pettit here on this beautiful Wednesday, Saturday, but it's a Thursday. Leading into the rest of the state tournament. In front of us now, Kelly. Down to the left corner, Embry. F-Tank will pick him up right away now. Raiders pushing the ball way out here to Latrell Kelly. Now he starts to bring it a little closer to the basket. Double team coming on him. But the ball goes back towards half court. Good defense. Pulling up at 15 foot. No good. Nice look there by Embry, but misses. Rebound by TJ. Out to F-Tank. Bo, hard to the hole. Bo, shot was blocked. He beat his first man. Second was blocked. It hit him in the head. And when Bo came down, he was out of bounds. So not a turnover, just a unfortunate spot right there for Bo to be in. Raiders up 31-27. Inside 6 minutes left, third quarter. Kelly didn't really shield it, not denying the ball by Robbie Reed. Pull up, block shot into the corner. Only problem was
charge.
And a great call here. Coach Pettit had the official right in front of him. The ball went into the corner. Dolman was still moving, but Dolman had position.
I think he heard me.
Yeah, I think so too. Terrell gets his third foul, first of the second half. So Terrell has 3. Williams, who came off the bench, has 3. Terrell's going to go out. Checking into the ball game will be Cameron Murray, number 3. Raiders have the basketball in a 4-point lead. Reed goes down the right side. F-Tank stays up high with Togarepi. In the high post, Jace Allensworth. Now Jace gets it. Jace to the basket. And Jace was going up. He had Robbie Reed down in the block, so I don't know if he's going to pass or drive to the hole. But when he went up, the ball went up, and that's because Latrell Kelly committed his first foul. Team second, and Jace will go to the line to shoot 2. He was 2 for 2 in the first quarter. 2 fouls so far on the Admirals in the third quarter with 5:22 left. None against the Raiders. First one by Allensworth's good. And since we see the TOL up there, and we've laughed about that, me and Longo and Pettit all season, timeouts left, 4 for the Raiders, 3 for their Admirals. So we don't think that's a bonus. It's quite obvious here. It's nice and beautiful.
Yes.
Allensworth with one more. Jace off the front. Rebound inside Admirals. That's Delonte Cook. Cook will bring it across the timeline right in front of the scoring table on the right side. Allensworth picks him up. Oh, he falls down, but as he fell down, he passed it to Kelly. Kelly started to drive, but Allensworth knocked it away. Togarepi gets it. TJ at the timeline and stopped him right there. Kelly thinks he got fouled. And instead, on the other end, it's Delonte Cook, his first foul. Third team foul against the Admirals. So get us in the bonus. There's still 5:06 left, third quarter action.
Well, and that's what happens when you take the ball to the basket hard, you're going to get fouled.
Reed passes left side to right. F-Tank, he's going to pull up for 3. A step back, no good. Weak side, Allensworth. Tipped it twice, lost it, picks it up, saves it. Raiders get it.
Good patience, pulling it back out.
Togarepi down in the left corner. Reed trying to find a spot to go. He's got 4 of them around him. Kicks it back out. TJ, he makes the move. He's got 3 guys. Block shot. And a jump ball. Could have been not a jump ball because the shot was blocked and then came back to him. It never had a hand on top of it, but they did call it. The alternate possession area will go to the Admirals. Pass down court, Kelly was there, but lost the handle. 3 Raiders were there, but couldn't get it before Kelly did. In transition, and Togarepi knocks the ball out of bounds to our left. Cameron Murphy was trying to pass the ball out. There have been a couple times when Kelly's lost the handle. We've been so close to getting it.
32-27 here with 4:40 to go, in the third quarter.
Double teamed right in front of us. Getting the ball out, yes indeed. Embry got it out to Kelly. Kelly with Togarepi on him. Pulls up on Togarepi and hits the rattling 3-point shot. Rattled around, he brings it to a 2-point game. Farragut calls the timeout, a full one with 4:31 left in the third. QND 32, Farragut 30. Back with more on MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Timeout was taken after the basket was made, making it a 32-30 lead by the Raiders. Don't forget, on the postgame show, stick around after the ball game. It's the Hardee's postgame show brought to you by Brian Harms and the Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. By the way, it's Alaskan Pollock time, as it's Lent time. Getting into Easter, stop by, good stuff out there. Tartar, lettuce if you want it. But that'll be the post game. You'll also hear from Coach. Well, I don't know if we'll hear from Coach Almix because they have to go straight to the media, so it might just be our call, but we'll be good with that. Coming out of the timeout, Raiders will have the ball, still up 32-30, 4:31 left, third quarter action. Wellman and Pettit courtside with the call. Coming up to pick Lazavion, but the ball goes right side to Reed. Reed in through the defense. And Reed, he split Kelly and Cook, went to the basket, made the bank, but luckily a bailout as Delonte Cook will get his second foul, but more importantly, the fourth team foul. So with 4:21 left in the quarter, keep taking it. Allensworth comes from the left corner. Togarepi was set up off the other side for the inbounds into the basket. Give TJ the assist, and Jace with a great job. Kelly has it taken away from behind him. TJ throws it down court. Gavin Dolman up under good. Defense turns it around to offense again. Dolman now with 8
Another
points.
steal.
Raiders, Allensworth.
Another steal.
In finger roll, Allensworth. 3 straight baskets. Raiders are up 38-30. Another steal. Togarepi and F-Tank. Into Dolman. Dolman has his shot blocked.
Jump ball.
And that was.
All right,
Cook
well, it's
got his
our
hand
ball.
on top. But the alternate possession area will be the Raiders. And the Raiders in about 15 seconds. 3 straight baskets. And a timeout taken. That is a TV timeout. 3:47 left in the third. Raiders open it up to a 38-30 lead. Back with more at the State Farm Center. MeccaSportsCo.com. Back at the State Farm Center, Wellman and Pettit. You know, a lot of people will be watching on TV today if you've got it in your area. Some will stream if they don't have it. National Federation of High School Sports has that. And then you get on to the, basically the radio mode with us all, which you got to like. But for those who are trying to listen to us and watch TV, on the streaming that a lot of people used to watch, they said it was 5, 6, 7 seconds. Somebody one time told us we were 10 seconds ahead of the live action. So I'll be interested to hear from some people to say, all right, if you watched it now, are you really good enough to watch 10 seconds later after our call? That is multitasking. I don't care what the expert said about there's no such thing as multitasking. Your brain just switches from one to the other. Good defense coming out of the third quarter, of the timeout, I should say. Up 32-30. Raiders run up the next 6 points. And
but
now
it's been all on the defensive end, you know, and getting easy looks, taking it to the hole.
TJ has the ball to trigger it. F-Tank's on the right side. Low post is Reed.
And the Raiders have still not made a three-point shot in this game. They're 0 for 9.
Dolman's in the high post. F-Tank along with TJ up top. Right side is Reed. Flashing the baseline is Jace Allensworth. Flashes high to the high post. Left side, Dolman passes up to 3. Good ball movement from the Raiders looking. F-Tank, great pass from left side. Gavin Dolman threw it from the left wing. He hit Bo F-Tank for an alley-oop on the right block for the basket. Raiders are up by 10, 40-30. Pressure. Admirals get it, have to bring it back out. Latrell Kelly, he's off the right side. Double team coming at him with Allensworth. They'll bring it out to the left side. Lazavion, and he'll give it quickly out to Embry. Embry near the timeline. Starts right. High post is Kelly. Flashes out. He's got F-Tank on him. Numeral counterpart each wears number 2. Double team with number 22. Oh, TJ almost got the steal. Ball in the left corner. 3, no good. Weak side rebound, Robbie Reed. That was right in our living room, and TJ almost had the steal going the other way. 2:35 left, third quarter action. Raiders by 10.
Once again, good job bringing it out. Make them come out and guard you, man, and then take the ball into the hole.
Reed has it on the left wing. Goes high post, Allensworth. Almost had it knocked away. Togarepi goes right back in after he gets it on the right wing. Oh, great job by Allensworth. You give the ball up, you get it right back 15 feet from the basket. Nothing but net. Raiders are on a 10-point run and a 5 call on defense. And going down right in front of the Raider bench was Cameron Murray. TJ Togarepi was guarding him. And now substitution heading out of the ball game is Lazavion Kelly, the freshman. Check to see who come back in there, but the Raiders will have the ball. Box out of bounds play. No, check that. 3 guys at the free throw line, and Robbie Reed was right there. They threw it in, and Reed went up strong, but had his shot blocked right back at him. Admirals get away with that one. Kelly drives through traffic. Kelly goes up, gets the body contact. Luttrell will shoot 2. We'll check who they call the Raider foul on. Allensworth.
And they've done a good job on Kelly here, the third quarter, because he had 10 at half. He's only got 3 so far here in the third.
Actually, 8 at half, wasn't it? And then 3 for 11. Is that right? They got him for 10 now, don't they?
No, he's got 14.
Yes, 2, 4, 6, 8. Heading for 12, so we'll have to find out where that extra point is. But that broke the 10-point run of the Raiders. Kelly will nail both of them. Nice thing is they'll give us stats, and we'll be able to check that out. Full court pressure being applied by the Admirals with 2 minutes exactly left, third quarter. Kelly trying to pick up Allensworth and maybe get a foul on him. Into the front court, Togerepi being hounded out high.
Well, Farragut's come back out in man because we were just picking apart the zone.
And a drive by TJ. Foul was called. Quamarian Temples, his first, team's 5th though. As we mentioned, double shots, the last 149.
Well, and that's because we've been aggressively taking it to the hole. Every time we take it to the hole, we either score an easy basket or get fouled.
Togerepi will shoot 2. TJ's first one, nothing but net.
Sully Walker checking in.
Sully Walker checking in. Allensworth gets a break. On the other side, checking out is Therese Terrell. Back in the ball game, Christian Williams. He has 3 fouls. TJ, second one. Oh, rolls off the front. That looked like everything a good shooter wants, but when we got to the back of the rim, it jumped out. 43.
Well, and you can see the difference. We've taken 14 free throws. They've only taken 6. You can tell the team that's being more aggressive taking the ball to the hole.
Admirals have the ball in the half-court set. Murray with it. He's got F-Tank on him. Murray passed down to the right side. At the top. Taking a drive. Off his step. Off his step was Williams. Missed the shot, but still got the rebound and the putback. Down to a 9-point lead for the Raiders with 1:15 left, third quarter. And there's a crossover dribble by Togerepi, and the hands in the kitchen, in the cookie jar. That was Kelly. They said first, I had him for 2. We'll double check that. But nice thing is, dead ball points with 1:13 left. Togerepi goes back to the line to shoot 2 more. TJ, this time the ball stays in. Do they have him for? Well, apparently they don't have. They get him done for 1. Togerepi, both of them roll in. Nicely done. 3 out of 4 in this quarter. 45-34. Raiders by 11.
Raiders out in a ball press, 3-quarter court. Give him a little bit different look.
There is a little blood in the back of his jersey. Kelly, pull up, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Luckily it was tipped away, and Togerepi got it. 55 seconds left in the quarter. Raiders lead by 11. Let's get 1 shot.
Yep.
F-Tank right side, man-to-man coming from the Admirals.
Last shot or get down low for it.
Robbie tried to get a shot.
Got hammered.
Blocked. Yeah, he went to the floor hard, but we didn't need the shot yet. Raiders double team. Into the high post, now coming back out to the wing. Double team out here. Shot from the corner for 3. No good. Robbie Reed, big rebound. Outlet, Sully Walker. Sully in, layup good. Raiders run the floor well. Down to 20 seconds. 47-34. Raiders lead by 13, still third quarter. Raiders still put it out there, got the energy. The winning team gets a break of a day. The losing team gets a break of a game. Down to 6, 5, 4. In the corner, blocked out of bounds. TJ blocks the shot of Murray with 2.1 left in the third. Ball will be out of bounds. Williams will trigger it in. Watch for Kelly. Also watch for Embry. He's the shooter. Out here in front of us. Pulling up at the elbow. Shot no good. Good job by TJ not fouling. And 3 quarters are in the book. The Raiders with a 20-point quarter end it with a 47-34 lead. 13 points. Heading to the fourth quarter here. Good stuff here from the State Farm Class 2A boys semifinal. Back to the last 8 minutes right here. MeccaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And make sure to get down to the North Street, 6th Street Promenade for two great businesses. 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen at 601 Main, the fried chicken sandwiches, the Southern Belle, Coach Douglas, Coach Wassman. You can get the horseshoes, the Mayor Chuck, the Smash Burgers. They're open on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Check that. Thursday, Friday. No, they are open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday now. They opened up extra on the Thursday and go across the street. You'll hit them up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday evenings. That's Atlas Slice, chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame high heat oven. It's our promenade. Get out there and dance it up. It's a square dance, baby. Right there. It's the 8 Open and Atlas Slice. Proud sponsors of Raider basketball on megasports.com. All righty. Easy for me to say. Great quarter there, Coach. Not only a 20-9 quarter, but the stats that you saw.
Well, two stats that I see. At halftime it was 9 assists and 6 turnovers for the Raiders. That quarter they had 8 assists and 2 turnovers. Then you look on the other side of it, I believe Farragut had 6 turnovers, in the first half. Now they're 12, so they forced 6 turnovers, and had 8 assists with 2 turnovers themselves. Defense, and getting the ball to the hole, is what's going to carry this Raider team to victory tonight.
It all comes from the defensive end. Overplay by the Raiders, and the double teams have really put us in a great position here.
Well, and if you'd have told me the Raiders would be 0 for 10 starting the fourth quarter from the three-point line, I'd have said we were probably down, to be honest with you.
And thanks to Scott McGaffey, as he said, you were much longer and farther out than 10 seconds. Our call, and then it's beyond 10 seconds.
It is. Okay,
so that's why
you're getting it live here first.
There you go. Fourth quarter's ready, and we steal the ball right away. I couldn't even give you the starting lineups. Allensworth.
Yep.
Count it! Jace Allensworth with a steal. He leaned into the defense and really fell backwards and lost control, but he got the foul. Temples is going to commit his second foul, first of the quarter, and for Allensworth, he gets the bucket and a chance at an and one. And you know what an and one is there, don't you? That's right, Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Allensworth with the blue-collar 3. And for every project, by the way, I didn't mention the other guys last one. Jeff Shields, Tim O'Brien, Paul Dinkkeller, Christy Aerosmith, and Megan Obert. That's the other half of the team for Kevin Vandemet. 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy. Foul against the Raiders. Who was that called against, Coach? Did you see?
I did not.
All righty, we'll get up there and take a look in a second. That was the first one for the Raiders in the fourth quarter. I had the Raiders for no fouls in the third quarter, Coach. That's pretty impressive.
Well, they did a lot of great things in that third quarter, from taking care of the basketball to rebounding. And, we're still up by 10 rebounds in this game. We've got 27. They got 17.
Togarepi, Allensworth, Reed, Walker, and also in there, Caden Marth for the Raiders. Reed blasting it across. Backdoor cut, Marth. Marth was trying to get over to Walker. Luckily, it was kicked by the Admirals. The lineup for the Admirals right now, it's Williams, Kelly in there, Temples. Embry's still in the ball game, and I believe Murray is the other player out there.
Take it to the hole, young fella. Get to the free throw line.
Ball in the left corner. Allensworth comes back to the wing. Sully Walker will reset it. 7:30 left in this ball game. Played 30 seconds of the fourth quarter. Raiders lead 50-34 by 16.
Well, if they're going to sit back into 2-3, we'll just play it out here like this, and then find our little seams, to take it to the hole.
Inside, Allensworth, strong move to the hole. A hold, though. Cameron Murray, his second foul, and will also take as many fouls as possible, like that third quarter, given the double bonus, as in that third quarter we did hit 4 on a 6. The other side was 2 for 2. That was Kelly. Checking out of the ball game, Temples and Williams back into the ball game. Latrell Kelly, he took a seat, I didn't realize that. Inside, Robbie Reed, double pumps, almost got the and one. He'll get 2 shots, that's Robbie. Foul will go against the Admirals. We'll see who that is. 1-1.
I think what you're going to see the rest of this fourth quarter, you know, we're a much deeper team. You know, QND's a lot deeper, you know, than Farragut. You know, we've been running people in and out, in and out, in and out. And, you know, these guys have got to be getting tired with the bodies we've been throwing at them.
Terrell, his fourth foul on the other side. Reed gets 2 free throws, misses them both. Ball hits, goes straight out of bounds, and it's back over to the Admirals. So a missed opportunity there.
And if I'd have told you we would be 10 for 19 for the free throw line and 0 for 10 from 3, and we're up by 16. My goodness.
Indeed. Still 7:14 left in the ball game. Checking into the game for the first time, Mason Craig.
Well,
and at half court,
a little bit late.
Caden Marth, yeah, he was trying to get out there and get in front of his man, could not. Marth will commit his first foul.
Raiders number 40, Caden Marth, his first, team second.
Team second on the other side there as everybody gets ready to set up. Love it. In the backcourt with the basketball will be Embry. Oh, you're all good, guys. I love it. A lot of the media out here. Marth lost. Oh, Marth almost got the hand on the ball. Ball was on the floor. And Kelly, it went through Marth's leg. Kelly almost got it on the other side.
The Raiders number 40, Caden Marth.
But Caden Marth gets called for a foul. His second, team's third. So the team fouls are tied 3-3. And Coach Almix wants to get his starters back in there. Craig, Marth, and Walker go out. F-Tank, Dolman, and Allensworth come in.
Well, let's finish this game off the right way. You know, pull them out. You should be shooting layups and free throws.
Embry in the left corner. Layup, or alley-oop, no good. Inside, rebound. I almost thought that was an alley-oop, but instead it ended up, Raiders tipped the ball away, but right in front was Terrell Terez. Check that, Terrell. He'll get to shoot too. Easy.
Tis Terrell.
Shot, who'd they call that foul on? That's our fourth already in there, Coach. First free throw rolls out. Trying to check who they got up on the board there. Allensworth still has his 3.
Dolman still got his 3.
Dolman's got 3 now. That was his call on Gavin.
Okay.
2 free throws, no good. Gavin Dolman flies in for the rebound. Raiders with the lead in the rebound. And
Play
the ball.
Smart, fellas.
Half court.
Play
Raiders
smart.
in the half court
There
set.
we
F-Tank will get it out. Dolman gets it to TJ.
Whoa.
He had TJ and Bo both there. No defense was there. And a timeout. Coach Almix wants to talk about that. He'll call a full timeout left. Fourth quarter action. 6:39 left here. QND 50. Farragut 34. We're back with more of the fourth quarter action. Raider basketball right here. MeccaSportsCo.com.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
Back at the State Farm Center, Wellman and Pettit. There's 6:39 left on the board. 50 for the Raiders, 34 for the Admirals. Loser of this game will sit for one game. A little bit of time in between, but then one game. They'll play at 8:45, the third place game against Helena Unity. The winner will take a break, take a day off, and then high noon on Saturday, man. Gunslinger time, baby.
Well, like I said before, you know, these two teams, Manual and QND, have been 1 and 2 all year in the polls. You know, I mean, Manual started out at 1, and QND had that long run of, 19-0. You know, and then they lost their game, and then Manual went back to number 1. You know, so these have been the best 2 teams in 2A all year.
Raiders started out. Oh, and I don't know how we did it. From over here in front of the scoring tables, we lobbed it up to Gavin Dolman, who got open on the left block for an easy layup. By the way, the Raiders have run off 9 straight points to lead by 18. Full court pressure.
There's another steal.
Allensworth steal. Allensworth to the basket. Good. Jace hitting the passing lanes. Raiders opening this thing up by 20, 54-34. Kelly at half court being hounded, double teamed all day long. Kelly, nice job of falling down, staying with his dribble. Coming to help him out, Delonte Cook. Cook tried to pass it inside, but Robbie Reed was there. Long outlet pass. Gavin Dolman gathers it, keeps his pivot foot. shot off the front. He couldn't get back to an angle to get it off the glass. Just missed it. Inside 6 minutes left. Latrell Kelly trying to get something to happen. Weak side rebound was lost by Allensworth. Boy, Kelly's had to work his butt off today to get what he's gotten.
Well, that's why I said, we give him 24, but he's going to have to work hard to get to 24. He's not going to get there.
I had him at 13. You got him at 15, so we'll do some double checking on that.
Up there, yeah.
Yep. And they only have Embry for 7, so Embry's going to be one of the guys that loses it. Kelly's shot is blocked by Dolman. F-Tank outlets it. Sully Walker up, under, good. Great pass there. Walker with the score.
Defense turned into the layups one more time.
Great job by the Raiders, who are now up by 22 points. Kelly, right side, no good. Sully Walker. Raiders going to keep running. F-Tank all the way to the basket. Shot is blocked. Well, who's going to call a foul with 5:19? Well, call it. No. F-Tank will. No,
F-Tank says, yeah, I'll go to the free throw line, hit a couple, no problem.
Exactly. I thought he was going to go to the line. It will be Raider basketball. Rowan Stegeman checked in, so Stegeman and Walker, your subs in right now with Togarepi, Allensworth, and F-Tank. Jace pops out, then gives it to TJ. Passes up the 3.
Bring it out, move the ball.
Time's on our side. Left side, Stegeman.
The clock is our friend.
Yep. Jace Allensworth in the left corner. F-Tank made a cut to the basket. Lost the handle on the ball, but a foul. After he lost the handle on the ball when he went to grab it, Kelly stopped up, and Latrell Kelly, his 3rd foul. That's right, they got him for 2.
So what was the score at halftime, 32-30?
27-25.
Oh, okay.
Foul was called on there. That's the 4th foul. With 5:03 left, we're going to keep it right here. TV timeout. No, it's 5:03, so that was a timeout taken by the Admirals. 56-34. As we mentioned,
one heck of a second half.
Stick around the post. That's the way the Raiders have been doing it. And like Coach talked about last game, college floor. So you're used to an 85-foot floor. Now you're going 94 feet. So that's 9-9 both ways. He said, when does the game, high school game, end? Coach Almix said the 3rd quarter. So that means the 4th quarter, you guys are trained. You've been running the floor. We've been running guys at them. And you're seeing the wear and tear. Good-looking team out of Farragut.
Well, yeah.
They're still very athletic, and they've still got a lot of energy in that can. So you can't be sitting there going, look, we're up 22. We can coast.
Well,
5 minutes, like you always say. I always say step on the pedal on the gas. You always say step on the neck and the throat. Whatever you do, it's that killer instinct you need to close out. And the Raiders really have done it. The Raiders, by the way, that run in the 3rd quarter, they were up 32-30 actually. Went on
that's what I was thinking.
10-point run to get up by 12. At the end, though, they were up 47-34 the 3rd. The Raiders, going back from the 3rd to the 4th quarter, are on a 13-point run unanswered right now. 5:03 left. Raiders will have it box out of bounds, play under their own basket. Allensworth brings it right back into F-Tank, who will set it out to Togarepi, reset it. He's got defense on him. Stegeman comes out to get the ball. Oh, Stegeman stayed up on that toe, but that's all right. If you get up on that toe and you're a big guy, they think you traveled, and he might have. Let's put it this way. The guy in the stripe knows what he's doing, so he did travel. 4:54 left. 4th period, the game. Raiders lead 56-34. Trying to make the first time a Raider team has ever made it to the championship game on the guys' side. The girls make it a habit. I think there's 6 state champions there. Driving through the Eurasian. Boy, he went through Europe, Asia, Russia, and everything. Cook missed it and almost got his own rebound, too. Substitution, Caden Marth back in. Caden looks like he's gotten taller since he started playing. Stegeman will go out. Togarepi, 85 feet down. Check that, 94 feet. Togarepi in the backcourt.
Get out there, man.
Kelly's going to pick him up, and there's a double team, but he gets the half court. Allensworth all the way down. Oh, and a great pass from the left side to the right short corner to the left block. Follow that ball, left, right, left. It was Army passing, left, right, left. Marth gets the basket, and he's going to get an and one, too.
I was going to say, when teams used to, press us, we used to want to shoot free throws at the other end.
Check the foul in a second as Marth. Oh, in and out. Allensworth, nope, Walker checks it out. By the way, if he would have made that, we'd have said something about Woodmart Building Center. He's got his share of the year. There's been a lot of good games. We need a 3. At half court, ball's tipped around. F-Tank kept it going, but then Marth lost the ball. Didn't really lose the ball. Christian Williams mugged him a little bit. For Caden Marth will get his 3rd foul. Team's 5th foul. So the Raiders have 5. The Admirals have 5. Everybody will shoot the last 4-14. Christian Williams will go to the line for the first time today. Admirals had 2 free throws in the first quarter, 2 for 2. 2 in the second quarter, 2 for 2. 2 in the third quarter, 2 for 2. But Terrell already missed 2 in the fourth quarter. So Williams needs to put this together. Nope, it's going to be 0 for 3. Williams will have 1 more.
Well, and that gets with, big court, not a lot of people coming in. Your legs are tired. You shoot with your legs.
Yep, you can see it here. Williams will have 1 more. Down in the lane will be Cook, as well as Temples, who just checked back in for the Raiders. 4 of the Raiders, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, staying in the lane. Front of the rim. Reed has to go get it. He did such a good job of screening out. Now gets it to Dolman right in front of us. We're going to do a little walk this way. Thank you, Steven Tyler. As Gavin gets fouled 3/4 courts down the line. Williams, his 4th foul now, as he missed the free throws and then turned around, made the double mistake, which we always talk about. Dolman will shoot 2 from the charity stripe for the first time tonight. 4:10 left. 3 guys will be back. The only guy in the lane is Robbie Reed. First one, Dolman's off the front of his iron. And looked like his legs were a little tired there.
Now under 50% for the game shooting free throws.
And over 10 from the 3-point line.
And over 10 from the 3-point line.
But lead 58-34.
Yeah.
Wow.
You look at that, you're amazed. Because, if we'd have said 10 for 21, 0 for 10, we'd have thought we'd have been down.
We'd been scratching our head. Dolman gets the 2nd free throw. It is good. Raiders are still on a run of 16 straight points unanswered. Substitution quickly. Raiders will go stay some full court pressure. Reed in the backcourt, along with F-Tank and Togorepi. Deep is Allensworth and Dolman. No sense taking the foot off the gas.
Oh.
Almost a steal there. Into the half-court set. Admirals. Wow, passing up a good pass to the opposite block. And looking disgusted was Terez Terrell as he looks right at Williams like, what are you doing? We had a 2-on-1. I was a point blank, and you forced a shot up and missed it. Timeout taken with 3:57. That's the TV timeout. Go get a TV dinner like the old days. Raiders 59, Admirals 34. We're back right here. MeccaSportsCo.com.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And we are back at the State Farm Center, Wellman and Pettit. The opera singer is back in the tunnel as she waits to sing. By the way, that is true, how the last opera singer was always a bigger lady, and I can't remember if she was a soprano or whatever, but she came in. That's where you get the phrase from. It's not over until the fat lady sings. We're not making any comments about healthy people, nor do we have an ad for a pharmaceutical like whatever those ads are for losing weight. Here we are, 3:57 left. Raiders 59, Admirals 34, and I got to tell you, Coach, when it was a 27-25 half, or even in that quarter when it was 32-30, if you'd have told us we'd have ran a 27-4, yes, I would have said, you got to be kidding me. Wait a minute, that's your line. Are you kidding me?
Well, it's one of those things where, the defense has carried this team all year, and they're going to carry them to the championship game, on Saturday at noon.
Stevie Ray Bowl, we'll give a shout out to you. We'll see who else is out there listening. His great years at WTAD. Out of bounds. Open shot from 3. Embry missed. Weak side block. Taking it up. Missed again. Shot was taken by Terrell, couldn't get it. Outlet was tipped away by Murray, but tracked down by Sully Walker. Marth down to Stegeman. There's 3 of your guys. Craig's in. Good pass to the right corner. Problem was nobody was there in the right corner. Raiders turn it over. Into the ball game now, number 33, Patrick Ginnenbacher. Mason Craig came in as well. And Marth, Stegeman, and Walker. So with 3:38, if it starts to come back a little bit, you'll see the starters, but they're getting a little break right now. Screen on this side. Kelly getting double teamed as he's been all day long. Skips over to the right side. That's D'Angelo Embry. Popping up is Stegeman. Stegeman, well, I'll tell you what. If he's a linebacker, he'd be a heck of a guy defending.
He moves his feet well.
Yes. Shot from outside, 3, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Inside was Christian Williams. Raiders will get the basketball back. Here's what we need to make sure we get it into our ball handlers. Who is our ball handler on this squad right now, if you look? It's Marth. Martha Walker. Walker on the other side. That's Craig. Mason gets it to Marth. It's keep away time, and it's good passes. Marth takes a double. Oh, Marth did a great job of hesitating. Take it at the hole. Might have got fouled. Admirals are going to get the basketball. Kelly will pull up from long range. Good. Kelly drills a 3-pointer, his second in the ball game. And that stops the 16-point run by the Raiders.
Coach Almix is mad.
Lost the ball in the backcourt. Kelly has it. Kelly into the front court. And Mason Craig's going to be called for the 2-hand check.
Here come the starters.
That's what I figured. You can only go so long.
Well, it's like 3 turnovers in a row. You know, you can't do that. You got to take care of the basketball. I put you in the game. Take care of the basketball.
Yep. And Mark did a real good job on that last one of seeing it, but he didn't need to go to the basket.
Well, we're up to 13 turnovers now. We've got 5 turnovers in this quarter.
Not good.
Got a little sloppy.
17 turnovers on the other side. Kelly nails the first one. And I got to remind myself, Kelly is going to have 2 more, and Embry's going to have 2 less when we get to that point, as I try to match up the board up there. Well, this quarter we're now had 12 points. We've only given up 4. Good stuff. 2:37 left. As we mentioned, stick around for the Hardy's post-game show. Kelly a second one with all the Raiders in for the lane. Touches every part of the rim, but stays in for Kelly.
He still might get his 24, man.
He's 6 for 6 tonight.
Yep.
59-39, Raiders by 20.
And, you know, he's going to be launching.
Lobbed inside. Oh, it was a lob from Allensworth to Reed. Reed lost the handle, but tipped it to Allensworth, who made the basket. That's, you know, when fate's in your side there. 61-39, 2:15 left. Reed pushing Kelly out far, and here's Allensworth stepping up with him as well. Well, we're making him start 30 feet from the basket, Coach. Yep. The shooters are having to try to find a way to get closer. Embry starts to make a drive. He steps back, pulls up with a shot. No good. Weak side, rebound. Togarepi's going to shoot it as we're going to head the other way on the Admirals, excuse me. Foul is called. Terrell, and it's going to be his 5th foul. So Terrell, with 2 minutes exactly left in this game, will foul out. I've got Terrell for 8 points. What's the board got?
8.
There you go. Thanks, Coach. That's your easy math when you don't have to go check. For TJ, he'll head back to the line. On the day, I've got him 5 for 6. Substitutions on the side. Gavin Dolman checks out. Sully Walker returns. Xavier Douglas comes in. Royce Boyd checks in. So F-Tank Douglas, Boyd, Walker, and shooting free throws, TJ Togarepi. First one off the front of the iron. Up and getting ready to go in the ball game is John Vemberlo. He's going to wait until that free throw is shot. Actually, he's waiting for the play to come, so it wouldn't be replacing anybody. Well, now he gets up. TJ misses again. He stays in the ball game. Rebound Embry in the backcourt, but the Raiders continue to put pressure. They're not giving this thing up under 2 minutes. Embry lost a handle on the ball, but kicked it around. Gets into the right corner. Driving baseline was Christian Williams. Foul will be against the Raiders. 34, Royce Boyd, he gets his first foul. It's 2 fouls every time, so we do not want to give dead ball points at any point of this game. And at the line is the referee. until he moves on.
Number 0.
Well, thank you, Coach. Free three goes good for Williams.
Checking in for the Raiders, number 20, Mason.
Did Williams just miss 2 a minute ago? Or was that the 2 I just put up for him? Yeah, I'm going to put it up for him there. I can't remember if he missed. I think he missed 2, though. If so, I'll have a couple in there to put in there later. 1 more to go. Vemblo's in the ball game now. Craig came in as well. 1:47 left in this one. Williams' second free throw, taking a lot of time. Misses. Walker gets the rebound. 61-40. Raiders lead with 1:44 and counting. Craig across the timeline. Xavier Douglas cutting Walker into the corner. Almost one more pass to Boyd for an easy layup, but taking the ball away as was the Admirals. Across the timeline, Latrell Kelly being double teamed even by this squad. Almost a triple team. They know where he's at. Back out to Williams. Not a time to get this shot off. A lot of energy, too. Latrell pulls up from the college ranks. No good, front of the iron. Goes by 2 Raiders. Picking the ball up, now stepping back for a 3. No good. For the Admirals, that was Murray taking the shot. And now I believe a foul, which might put Royce Boyd on the line on the other end of the court. Coach Emmanuel Little didn't know what was going on.
Christian Williams, his 5th personal foul.
Kristen Williams, that's his 5th foul, so he will foul out. With 1:12 left in the ball game. I had him for 5 points in the ball game.
Yep.
If they keep fouling these guys out and I can check it everywhere along the way, I won't have to worry about it after the game. Royce Boyd in the line to shoot 2. Got his first.
Embry's got 7.
And that's where I had the extra one there.
Cameron Murray,
I would imagine
Royce Boyd
20 for Kelly.
Raiders shooting 2.
I had him for 18, but that extra 2 points. Yep, Kelly's got 20. Substitution for the Raiders. Here we go, some new bodies in there.
Checking in for the Raiders,
Brody Gilbert, number 15, comes in.
15, Brody Gilbert, and 42, Trip Flesh.
42, Trip Flesh. Also Anthony Bias. In the backcourt, Xavier Douglas. We'll wave to Xavier next time he comes through. First one, no good by Boyd. Xavier's got such a good spot. He laughs like his mom. You can just see his mom there. Good job by Boyd. 1 of 2.
Also checking in number 50, Victor Harso.
Victor Harso will come in. Talk about girth. Put him and Stegman in there on a guy. 62-40. 1 minute left in this ball game. Embry. He's got Gilbert on him. New guy in the game on the other side, number 13. I don't have him. Shortest guy on the floor. He looks like he might be an 8th grader coming up. Kelly, shot. Oh, nice 3-pointer by Kelly. He pulls up.
He's got to get his 24.
Yeah, he's got 23 now. Raiders bring it across the timeline. Victor gets the ball to the right side. Pulling up for 3 is Gilbert. Gilbert's 3, no good. Bias, oh, a great little tip. Bias tipped the ball to Trip Flesh.
Rebound and assist all in one.
That was awesome stuff there by Bias. Raiders 64-43. We're heading to the championship game, folks. Noon on Saturday. Peoria Manual, Quincy Notre Dame. Shot no good by the Admiral. Inbound, rebound, shot. Oh, and uses every part of the rim. Kamarian Temples gets his first basket of the ball game. Raiders had the ball knocked out of bounds. 12.8 seconds left. Raiders by 19. Raiders are going to the championship game for the first time ever. Quincy Academy, Christian Brothers, Catholic Boys, Notre Dame, Quincy Notre Dame. And there's the buzzer. Raiders heading to the championship game.
And if you look at the score, Raiders average giving up 62 and giving up 44. 64-45. This was Raider pace.
Indeed it was, as the Raiders victory here. Great job by the Raiders today. Be proud, Quincy, as after one, the Raiders led 15-10, only a 2-point lead at half, 27-25. After 3, 13 at 47-34, and closing out with a 19-point victory and a chance to punch your ticket for the state title game and a potential of, let's put it this way, nobody's brought home a first or second. So for the Raiders, this will be the best team.
This will be history.
Indeed. So Hey, that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Stick around. We've got the Hardy's postgame show. Coach and I probably have to do the coach's comments, as I'm sure Coach Almix will be right into the media room. We might not get there in time, but we'll break down all this good stuff here. And the best stuff is the final score. So for the regular portion of our broadcast, here at the state tournament, Assembly Hall, better known as State Farm Center, your Quincy Notre Dame Raiders 64, the Chicago Farragut Admirals 45, and we're heading to the championship. Set it up noon on Saturday right here on megasportsco.com. And you've been listening to Raider basketball. Wellman and Pettit. Stick around for the postgame show, megasportsco.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argobright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argobright Electric. Home rewiring? Argobright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argobright Electric. 224-5557.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardy's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back to the State Farm Center. Championship is set. Third place is set for 8:45 tonight. Tolona Unity will take on Farragut Admirals. And then noon on Saturday, championship day, 1A comes first, then 2A at noon. The Quincy Notre Dame Raiders will have the Peoria Manual Rams on their schedule. Good stuff, Coach Pettit.
Yeah, I mean, their defensive intensity, especially the second half, because they only gave them what? Third quarter, got a little sloppy at the end of the ball game, but they, took care of business, pushed that lead out that they had, with a couple of nice little runs in the third, never looked back after that.
And doing the double scoring here, I'm just checking my scoring out, as they've already changed the board out, so I'm going to be off 1 point, I think, for the Raiders. I'll do a double check on that as we check the scoring out here. It started out here at not at 4:15, but more like about 4:35, 4:40.
Yeah, I was going to say 4:40.
Farragut had the first basket of the ball game. Raiders came back with a free throw. Raiders were up 5-4. Farragut up 8-5. Raiders won in the first run of the game by 10 and got up 15-8. And after one quarter, 15-10 for the Raiders. Second quarter, back and forth the whole quarter. I mean, there was only, I don't know if there was ever a basket, more than one basket for any team in a row. And if it was Farragut at the end of the half, scoring the last 5, I believe, and made it a 27-25 Raider lead at the half. Jump in the third quarter, we talked 32-30. That was the Raiders' lead. And that's when the Raiders went on that 10-point run, got up by 12. We gave up 2 free throws. We had a free throw. We gave up a bucket, so at 43-34, up 9. At the end of the third quarter, we closed out with 4 points. Carried that into 12 more points in the fourth quarter. That's a 16-point run. We're now up 59-34. Is that right? 25 points? Yes. Wow. All of a sudden, free throws down the line, but it ends up 64. I forgot my scores up there. To 45 to close it all out as the subs get in and even add a few more scorers as well. Hey, let me break down the scoring first of all. For the Admirals of Farragut, they are now 13-15. Led the way, Latrell Kelly. He had 23 points. 8 points from Terez Terrell before he fouled out with 2 minutes left. 7 points out of D'Angelo Embry. I had him for 9, but he had 7 on the big board. Christian Williams fouled out with 112. He had 5 and 2 points out of Quamarian Temples in the game, but not scoring. Delonte Cook, number 1, did not score. Cameron Murray did not score. LaZavion Kelly, the freshman, did not score. And I think that's all the guys they use over there for Coach Little's squad. For the Raiders, a new record, 32-1 with that victory out there. Raiders will let unofficially, because I'm missing 1 point, and I know I've got it somewhere, but I'm just going to give you the score. 1 point's out there. We'll have it by tomorrow. Jace Allensworth led the way with 15. 11 points out of Gavin Dolman. 10 for Bo F. Tank. So 3 guys in double figures. TJ was at 9. Maybe he got that other free throw. We'll find out. And so, did he make one of the last 2? I'm thinking he might have, and that might be where we're at here. I'll do a double check on that. Glad you guys can listen to me talk my way through it here. 7 points from Robbie Reed. 6 points from Sully Walker. Then we're dropping down to a bucket by Caden Marth. Almost got the N1. Trip Flesh, 2. And then also Royce Boyd had a free throw. In the game but not scoring, Xavier Douglas, Mason Craig, Anthony Bias. Nice assist by Bias with that rebound. Rowan Stegeman, Brody Gilbert, John Vemberlo, Patrick Ginnenbacher, and Victor Harsell. Jackson Canoyer did not get in, but he does wear number 52 for this game. And so, but 64 is the final out there, and that might be Togarepi's point out here for that one. So, good stuff out here, Coach. I tell you what, we'll take a break from our Coach's Comment sponsor, come back with Coach Pettit and Coach Wellman's final thoughts here on the Coach's Corner. Yeah, what is that, Coach's Comments? Yeah, I got that. Let me twist that around one more time. Back in a second on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Kunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Kunis Honda.
And Kunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Kunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Kunis makes it easy.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
And back at the Mecca Mobile Studio here at the State Farm Center, brought to you by Sleep Tight. Better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. SleepTightMidwest.com. And, of course, we'll also be back in the Mecca Mobile, driving around again. I'm in that Rogue, and for 3 weeks I've been driving. I got no magnets on because it doesn't have metal. So maybe tomorrow I'll check in about switching the car out for the last game of the season. But we do thank Quincy Honda and Hyundai as well over there, Faith Family, and giving back all season long. In fact, all since the beginning. They've been there since the very beginning. We want to thank those sponsors. Woodmart, Hardee's, a couple sponsors have been with us since the very beginning as well. And those are the guys you like sticking around out there. So, Coach, a great victory out here. So let's hear the coach's comments. Coach Pettit, your thoughts on this one?
Well, offensively, I thought we did a great job coming out in the third quarter. We had, 8 assists and 2 turnovers, in the third quarter. Weren't very good in the fourth, weren't very good in the first half. You know what I mean? But, it's one of those things to where our defense turned into easy offense. And I know I sound like a broken record, but, this team, the way they get after the ball, their length, their athleticism, and how well they play together, they did a great job. Offensively or defensively, Kelly, I knew he was going to get his points. But that was the hardest 23 points I ever saw anybody score because they were throwing bodies at him, between, TJ, Reed, Dolman. They all had their hand in, that holding him to 23 points because, he could have went for 50 easy. That's how good of a ball player he is. And then, once again, getting the turnovers, the deflections, going down the offensive end, and even at the end of the game, when we were getting our rebounds, we were kicking it out, on the secondary transition, and getting easy looks at the basket.
Track team today, and the track team all season long. I mean, we get out, fill the lanes, and do a great job of outletting and getting down the court. Hey, we got a shout-out from Florida. Jim Obert, hearing us in Florida, says you're about 10 seconds or more behind. He says, I'm watching and listening. And so that's got to be
a very hard thing to do.
For all you people. Let's put it this way. Coach Longo and I last year had a new cord plugged into our system where we could hear the ads, but it would echo and be a second behind on everything else we said. We immediately pulled that cord and said, no, we are not going to do that. So it's kind of cool out there. We've had some other shout-outs there as well. Mark Bernbach gave us a shout-out to the young Raiders, of course coming from one of the old dogs out there. But good shout-out there. Greg Green just shot us a message from Springfield. Said, nice job there, Raiders. And I know I had a couple other ones. Kirk Franklin was down in Benton. Well, not actually. Benton.
SIU Carbon.
He's in Arkansas.
Okay.
Kirk Franklin is. And so he gave us a shout-out as well. And, of course, Bernbach, Schultz, and Franklin will all get communicating here. And so my phone will blow up a little bit here in a while. So good stuff up here. I'll tell you what, not much more to say except get back on the road. You're to Rockford. I'm back to Quincy. Got to get some stuff done, and we're back here on Saturday. So mark it down in your calendars, folks. Saturday
morning, get up, get ready to go, have your breakfast, have everything ready, and then turn on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Indeed, and then, of course, later on in that ball game, we'll talk about, or in the pregame in that one, we'll talk about the two Scott Douglas teams that made it to state at Peoria. But the most important is the Raiders of this year, 25-26, done what no other Raider team has ever done, make it to the championship game of the state tournament on the boys' side, and we'll have it right here. For Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. Glad you could join us out here today. Your final score from the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana, your Quincy Notre Dame Raiders 64, the Farragut Admirals 45, and you've been listening to QND Raider basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
This game is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co. You can find us at MeccaSportsCo.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@MeccaSportsCo, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/MeccaSportsCo. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecca Sports Co.